No, I'm nervous. Not really.
You're nervous.
I'm literally not. I can give a fuck less.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say if you're nervous, you can't ignore that.
I'll be real. When I looked down, I saw she had a notebook. I was like, oh, here we go.
Okay.
How does that make you nervous?
Because why do you have a notebook?
Man, I hate a motherfucker that's too prepared.
Right? Why are you so prepared? What are you prepared? I'm not even prepared.
Like, okay, Peyton Manning. The fuck you got a notebook for? No, doing that. Thank you.
I wanted to ask
No lighting that.
Why?
Well, this is episode 48
I don't think you
of the
need to.
Noahidols podcast.
I think it'd be a lot sharper.
No, stop.
As I'm being rudely interrupted while I'm doing the intro.
Go ahead, King.
This is my man right here.
Now,
Rodney
please
Joe.
stop with that shit.
This is, who are you?
I'm troublesome.
He's troublesome today. And then we have
Mahadiyya, I don't want
a
to hear
special guest.
Like,
You don't want to hear what?
don't make any sly remarks
We got slandered for how long?
49 episodes.
49 episodes.
for not having a female.
For not having a female.
Perspective.
And now you got the best of
We
the
got the
best.
queen herself.
Ain't nobody said all that.
So I've heard.
Well, anything you want to talk about, Mahadiyya?
Nope, me. Go. All right, let's go.
Oh, we didn't go over the rules and regulations first. And now I'm nervous.
Man, because now it's open. Season.
I'll guide you.
Okay, well, I have a question because you said you didn't like the fact that Ben Shapiro waited until he was 26 or whatever to have sex.
Oh, not that I even.
You stuck that in the back.
How we getting into that right now?
That's a hunter move right there. Okay, you heard that? Didn't say nothing, tucked it. I like
I
that.
didn't say that. I'm learning.
I like
brother.
that.
I'm learning and growing and changing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
He was saying more or less that relationships and people overall would be better off if they waited until they were married to have
Can
sex.
I politely interrupt you really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
We all have tea because we all have coronavirus.
No,
No, ain't nobody said all of that.
Thank you very
Please
much.
stop putting that out there. I would not
Okay.
be here.
You want me caught dead here?
I wouldn't. And to me, that just really doesn't matter. And
Nice.
Your sexual experience overall is probably whack as fuck.
What, his or
Yeah,
anybody
his.
that did that?
But that's
His,
whack.
and I know someone else that did, and I can just look at them.
Well, that's whack because I wish
So
I
where do you
would've
stand
waited.
on that?
Do you?
I really wish I would have waited
Why?
because
What would that have done for you?
I don't know,
Exactly.
but I don't know.
So, well, I mean,
I would never know that.
Say exactly where you stand on that. You don't believe in waiting?
I don't believe waiting
Doesn't.
to not have. So waiting till you're married to have sex with someone, or not waiting, has any bearing.
But it would be
on your
special with the right
relationship.
person. With the
Your first time is going to be.
if,
terrible
wait,
regardless.
if it was both of y'all.
Like, it's
Wait,
whack.
if it was both of y'all.
And now
that
you're
waited.
married to it, so you're just like, oh my.
I was like,
No, but if,
you were
if both,
funny.
if both people waited, neither
It's
one
gonna
would
be
know.
whack.
If both people waited,
It's
Some
still
people-
whack.
Sex life is.
But for who?
but for you
For
don't
both of you.
you don't know that though. If neither
I
one
would
of you,
love to hear.
How do you- what do you
We
mean?
don't know that.
I'm saying if
I
both
do.
people waited.
No,
I do.
I would love
No,
to hear
for
the
fact.
statistics of people of marriages who
Waited.
waited and then the divorce rate because
Right.
There's a
whether we
statistic
like it
out
or
there
not,
about that.
Sex is a huge part of a relationship. Like
It
if
is.
Yes.
For fact.
25-30% of if you are sexually compatible with your partner. So if you're not and you wait and you're married now,
And now you're
And
married
then-
to some white
yeah.
dick.
they're not into what you like.
You're married
And you
to some-
marry into a
and you
Vienna
marry-
sausage, or
Right.
like whoa.
No, 'cause I think that if they be together for them, I'm sure they see each other naked.
No.
I've always wanted that too.
No, like he said no.
no, he said no.
Get the fuck real.
Right. That is
Okay, Jesus.
Right.
Get the fuck
No,
real.
he said they got married really quickly, so I believe it. He said that.
Yeah, some
same
people
day,
be
so
on
they
that.
got
Some people,
married
I know
really
somebody that done that. I know people be on that.
quick. Yeah, military
Yeah, people be on
out
that.
there. Those military guys that want to marry you the first day.
I hate people.
It would
I
be
don't know
dope to
about
have that wedding night.
See, my
though.
thing is, I don't know about
Uh.
marriage because I don't like what I believe in marriage is. So, like, I like Stefan's sentiment of, I'm just someone who you don't gotta be married, but you just know it's a serious thing. It's like I'm just not laying down with everybody, and so I would go about that way because, like I said, marriage it's just a piece of paper to me. So
I don't, but I mean,
I'm just saying the experience would be like
I don't
the
know.
wedding night, the
Fuck
build up, because I have said in the past like when I do
settle down.
settle down like a couple months before I don't want to have sex because I
I
want that
remember
so
you
bad.
told me that. Yeah. Good
I
luck.
mean, why don't you just take a year of
I know.
celibacy and see how?
Well, that's not fun.
It's not gonna
See how
be
you
fun
feel.
when you wait till you're
Right.
either.
I gotta know you're the one.
Right.
That's
You
gotta be
imagine
the-
waiting all that time and then finding out she don't got that WAP or what is it called?
WAP.
WAP. That WAP. Yeah, the opposite of WAP.
Whack-ass pussy.
Right.
God.
Right, you got whack ass pussy. That's what it stands for.
Wow.
Okay, WAP. But I don't know. You just said my sentiments on marriage. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if I have.
What?
I don't know what I believe. Who is that?
As far as what? You don't know what you believe, period, regarding marriage?
Yeah.
Do you not believe in marriage? Or what is your definition of marriage, I should ask you?
Well, what are y'all doing?
Nothing. It's done. Go ahead. Shane's funny.
I don't know. I'm saying I really wish I had more foundation on if I believe marriage. I know what marriage is, but I don't know if marriage is a construct meant for us.
Meant for who?
People.
People in general. Humans.
Yeah. I don't know I don't know. Like, at one side of my brain, I believe in, like, this universal perspective of, like, not tying yourself down to one person. But then I also believe in, like, scripture to where, and, like, discipline and stuff like that, to where you should do it. I really don't know where I stand on that still.
I mean, that's why I don't believe. Well, marriage I don't know if I'll ever get married legally.
Because you don't believe
But like,
in
who are you? Who's going to take care of all your assets, and
Right.
paperwork, and make your medical decisions? And
That's what.
Okay, so here stop. Don't go no further. No. Don't go no further. Right there, that's my point. So that, because when you say that, people retort with what you just said. So does that make marriage like a human construct thing?
Right,
or is that what God intended marriage? Like, when we say
like I
marriage,
said, there's so many different definitions for marriage, but marriage in a social construct, I would go more or less in who's going to take care of your legal assets, make your medical decisions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
So that's the social American construct of marriage.
Be your business partner in life or your life partner.
Right.
And then there's a spiritual definition of marriage.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But
So
I think that business, what you said, I think the business interferes with a lot of marriages, which is why I don't know.
The spiritual aspect.
yeah,
of it.
because a lot of people don't even venture into the business side until after they sign paperwork, and
That's
it's
true.
like,
You're very right on that.
well, how do you handle money, or how do you do
That
this?
is
You know
true.
what I mean? And now it's like, no, we're getting.
So, do you believe that a perfect marriage will be one that all those things could be intertwined? The social aspect of it, the spiritual aspect of it, the connection aspect of it.
Right. I feel like people have to. I mean, I don't feel like everyone's gonna meet every one of your markers on your checklist. But I mean, I feel like if you guys are a majority in line with like beliefs, money wise.
So there's no perfect soulmate as far as what you thought.
Right.
There's a soulmate, but it's not, huh?
Yeah, I agree on that. There's no perfect.
There's no one that everybody checks all the boxes.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, 80%. All right, we can work with that.
Is that number for you?
Yeah, about 80%, give or take.
8 out of 10.
I'll be interested to ask other people what that number is, because some people settle for anything.
And that's why they be miserable about cheating on their wives and husbands. But
it's like y'all don't even. We talked about it in the podcast before, and I know you know this, but like, my thing is, like, y'all gotta at least believe the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, and that's why I hate that argument of do you think you can get married with someone who doesn't like when you have different religions? And it's just like, why would you?
Yeah, my grandpa did. My grandpa didn't have. He didn't really believe in religion his whole entire life. Like,
but
that's different because that's like a clean slate basically.
Right. That's not
with someone who has something.
beliefs.
You know what I mean? And that's different
but I'm
than
saying
like
even because my grandma
y'all already come from
totally
two different backgrounds.
Trying
But I don't. But
to mesh together.
you know, the human side of me says, why not? Why can't you?
Of which part? Why can't you what?
I mean,
come
yes,
together?
if you both are willing to compromise somewhere, but if not, then no.
Yeah. I mean, I know ultimately I believe I'm not getting with somebody that I don't believe, that we don't share the same beliefs.
Yeah, because you're just going to make it harder.
But like then I fight myself with like, okay, but are you being the closed-minded one?
I think it could work if you're not going to have children. If you're going to have children, then I feel like it
That's
changes
a
the
problem.
ball game.
I know people act like that's not a problem.
That's how you raise your children.
I know people
so
act like that
it's
don't. Yeah, because once you bring a child involved, it becomes a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Because you got to share the same something because it's like y'all are both responsible.
One telling them that, one
Man.
that's telling them that. It just ain't gonna be good for that kid.
Yeah. So
And
I mean, if it's just two people together, you're never going to have children or anything like that, and you have two different backgrounds as far as beliefs. I mean, maybe. But-
I think on small things. I think on like
Yeah, but there's those
things.
big things that you got to believe the same in.
Correct. That's
Like,
what
okay, I'm about to interview my bitch. Like, okay, how do you feel about like Black Lives Matter?
Right. Okay, thank
What's
you.
your stance on
Right, thank you.
What's your stance
I
on
got
that?
that. Got that. For real though. Okay, well, time to get rowdy because that we could
I don't
segue.
like to get rowdy.
Yeah, we were about to.
Let's
That
see.
could segue into why you believe the way you believe about interracial dating.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. That's where I was gonna go.
Okay.
Look at it. I like.
Okay, this is my
So
thing.
that's what we got today.
And
We were
this
just the
is
triangle.
shout out. Where is
Yeah.
the camera? Because I need to talk to these
sorry.
white bitches. Shout out. Okay, my question.
We may or may not co-sign everything she says.
No, my question and literally what no one can answer for me is, you can. I don't want anyone to bring up preference. This is for white women who only specifically exclusively date black men. I want to know what sets black men apart from any other type of man that makes you specifically exclusively date black men other than their skin color.
That's actually a really good question.
I feel like it's a fetish. It's not a preference. It's a fetish, and it's covered up by preference. But you can't tell me any difference other than their skin color, which would, you know what I mean? Like, what else
Is your theory on that?
My theory is they fetishize big black cocks.
To keep it plain and simple.
To keep it plain and simple. And I feel like black men, on the other hand, fetishize white girls and how far they think they can go and the things that they can
abuse them.
Can get out of them. And I don't want to hear, oh my God, no, because I've heard it out of their mouths. Plenty of them.
I've never heard it
notes.
put like that.
So how do you feel about the reverse way?
Of what?
Hunter's perspective.
I ask you the same question. What sets black women apart from any? But I don't think you exclusively only date black women.
Pretty much.
I think.
I'll tell you what. So I'm saying I don't. What you just said with white girls, from my experience, you're right. Because I don't know about the big black cock part. But,
You're not getting into that part.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
Trust me.
I feel like a lot of white girls do date black guys
As a
because
fetish.
they're black. Right. Mine, I've told them before. It's hard for me to like white girls because of what they believe in. For that reason. I don't have time to change their views, and most white girls, I mean, you know white girls,
Yeah, I know.
they don't believe in what I believe in. Like I said, nothing at all. Like nothing at all, and I don't got time to change them. So.
Well, yeah, and so in your aspect, then that will be different because
and I don't want to say like woke, but
You're educated.
conscious.
right,
You're educated.
right of the world.
It's your beef with not just white girls, white people in general.
Exactly.
Or people in general.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
You don't believe in
Majority white
that.
people.
You don't believe in the American.
Okay, so would you date an Asian girl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so so it's not a fetish for you,
Right.
Like,
She's saying
I'm saying
white girls say,
who would
I only
tell
date
you,
black guys.
I only date black guys.
Oh, okay, no. But I on my experience, I've never dated an Asian girl. I mean, a Hawaiian, but that don't count. I'm saying, yes, I would, and I would date a Latino and all of them. So I'm saying it's not like a preference of just black girls.
Right.
But it usually
So it's
has
not
been.
a
But
fetish.
mine, it's not no fetish.
And in that aspect, still, even if you did only date black girls,
But like most white girls are like quirky, or like
Ditzy.
ditzy is the word, and just don't really
Unaware.
unaware, and a lot
just go
of
with
not
the
all of them, but there's a ghetto white girl who's disgusting. And there's like a rich white girl who really don't know anything because she's been given anything. It's like I can't.
I know some pretty conscious white girls though.
Who?
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to say
maybe you do.
who, but I'm saying I don't know.
Oh no, the white girls I'm friends with, they stay on point about all their topics. They know the ins and outs, and they
Yeah, okay.
they're up to speed.
Okay, so I believe that.
Okay, but the difference.
Listen, I believe that, and I don't believe that you would hang around with them if they wasn't.
Right.
But the white girls I'm thinking about that you hang around with, no goes for me at all. And I don't know, like even if they were like
I'm trying to even think. I have no idea.
And there aren't that many.
I'm gonna say no goes for me, and like I said, I don't like white girls
But I don't think you would be their speed either.
I'm sure I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't be. I'm just saying, me with white girls, most of them.
Have you ever
It's
asked
not
your white
compatible.
girlfriends
It's not-
that question?
It's not
About black
And the,
guys?
one,
About
and
black
the ones
guys
I was
either.
with, it was all the parents.
I don't have
Oh,
any
you're right.
white friends that specifically like the white friend I do have that you're probably all thinking of. She's dated white men before, so you know what I mean. So it's not like she's exclusively I can only date black men type thing.
So can you I'm sure you have in your life, can you like have a friendship with a white person in general that doesn't necessarily share your same views?
Yeah, me and my white friends, we don't have the same views on everything, but
Like, do you have your different sets of white friends? Like, do you have like your woke white friends, and then you have your like white friends that like what do white girls do? Like white girls that are just like typical white girls,
Starbucks.
like Starbucks
Wear
white
Uggs.
girls. I don't know if I can see you
no,
with a Starbucks.
I feel
white girl.
like we can have like we can hang out maybe, like I can be cool with you, like I can be cordial and passing, respectful or whatever. But I'm not like hang out like that's my.
Can I speak on your behalf?
Go ahead.
That I think that's a big misconception of you.
Yeah,
that
I know.
you
People
don't-
really think I'm a bitch.
That
I'm
like if it's a
not.
white person, they're automatically not qualified.
No go,
Yeah,
cut you off, bitch.
and that's
Talk to
I
me.
mean I would say that that's not particularly true. I've seen you be around white people.
Yeah. My thing is, I just get annoyed. Like, I'm trying so hard not to name drop right now because there's 2 people on the internet that this is really targeted towards. But it's like...
have an idea who both of them are.
Literally, the fact that I've seen both of them say, like, I only date black guys, and I just want to know, I just want them to answer that question. Like, what is it that sets them apart?
Okay.
That is crazy.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate. If they told you, if the roles were reversed and they told you Hunter's point of view, what would that would be accepted? Like if they say like, let's say, I know these white girls that we're talking about aren't, but say they were educated and like they were up to speed and they believed a certain way and they were just like, well, I just the way white boys believe, like I don't rock with them.
I'll be like, cool beans, because that's how I feel like that's how
a merit of a relationship should work.
And that's how I feel like Sarah and Richard are. Like, I fuck with Sarah. Like, she's cool. You know what I mean? Like, she's not in the same category as the other white girls we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like.
So, why don't you clarify?
You don't have a problem with interracial.
Yes, why don't you clarify?
No. I have a problem with white girls who are with black guys for the sole reason that their skin color is black.
I can tell you probably the main reason. Their parents don't like that.
Yeah, I know. It's for a lot of reasons. I know it's for rebellion. I know that they go through stages where it's like, give me every BBC in the world, and then I'm going to go off and marry a white guy and have white kids. I know all of the scenarios, but it's just like, it's annoying. And then also, for the ratchet white girls who are online talking about...
The ghetto ones that make Hunter sick.
Oh my God, this one makes me disgusted. But she's just like...
I love that she's like, has a loaded clip.
I do, because
A loaded clip.
there's really levels to this.
Kill, headshot.
She literally made this post, and it's just like a post that you really don't want any black girl to answer, because it's like, why are black girls so mad at white girls just because black guys want us? Like, what do you want us to do about it? Stop, bitch, right there. No one's mad. Like, we're not mad. I don't care. Like, if I know a black guy who only literally dates white girls, then what do you think I want with him? Why? You think I'm going to fight you for him? Do you think we black girls really care?
I was about to say, what do you feel about that sentiment?
Like, I feel like that's what,
and
and I seen this tweet that it said, like, the biggest mistake black men ever made was making white girls and Latinos feel like they're an upgrade from black women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's how they really feel.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we got something you obviously don't. The reason they want, like, no.
So is that that grinds your gears?
It does, because white girls take that and run with it, and they really, like, in the back of their head thinking they, like, got something that we don't or something. And it's just like, you don't.
At all?
Like, never will.
Well, I love black women, for the record.
Me too.
Let the record show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Period.
Well, this is the Black Podcast, I guess, because we all love black women. All right. Anybody want to say anything? Anybody want to say anything?
Oh, you mean bring up top? Yeah. Come on. Scroll down. I thought you were leading it somewhere.
Well, I mean, we can talk.
I thought that was a
We got
segue.
mad.
I mean, it is. We can
I
talk
was waiting on the segue. That's
we
why
can
I didn't say
talk,
nothing.
we can talk about WAP.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let's get that trash ass.
White ass pussy or what?
No, yeah, that's the worst. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Or what's it called?
Yeah, I'm so
Wet
sick of
ass
these low budget girl rappers.
Cardi B and Meg, the two
I'm
highest
so
budget.
Man, I was about to say, what are you
I am
talking about?
so
Who's low
sick.
budget?
Not low budget in the economic
raps?
sense. In content. Like,
Oh, so you got beef with the song? I thought you would like it.
why would I? What?
You like Doja
He
Cat
does.
records sometimes.
He likes it.
That are not. Yeah, that's what I mean. I can.
You like Needed
said
It
you like
by
ratchet music.
Migos.
No, that's a banger though.
That's
I don't
not what I
understand.
said.
I don't
That's not what I
understand.
said.
Yeah, well,
That's
we're
not
gonna
what I
translate
said.
it into that. But I don't
That
understand.
is not what I said.
I don't understand what's wrong with the song. Like, why can't you just
There's
take it for what it
nothing
is?
wrong with the song. It's just like,
You're sick of it, though. You said.
how many times
just
are they going to
came
make
out.
that song?
All right.
They've already made that song
True.
1,000,000
Hot
times.
Girl
Not
Summer.
really.
It's so low budget and undercooked. Like,
Well, what about the
Too
video?
long.
and that's why they made the video so fire, because they knew. That's why they had Kylie Jenner in it, because they knew. Like, I can't stand them. I cannot stand them.
Mahadiyya, what's your retort? What's your beef?
I have
Cardi
no beef.
B. Oh,
You're just done.
Cardi B gets on my
You're exhausted.
I mean, it's not my get down. It's not what I bump when I'm in the car. But
because you like good music.
If you got some
It's a
Patron, who knows?
if we're getting drunk, we're about to go
It
out.
is,
We're
but if you're
literally
getting
pulling
drunk-
up to the club,
If
we're
you're
gonna turn
getting
that on.
drunk,
Like, that's what
sure,
it is.
sure.
There's a song for every
I
vibe.
might like
you know?
I like listening to Chief Keef when I want to.
and that's
not what I.
off the
March on
charts.
protest.
That's
You bring
right,
them up.
right. It's mood music. It's mood music. That's it.
Oh,
But the way that
shit.
people it's not really a song for me. It's the way people gas it.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
it? And I've heard it on every single.
okay,
girl's
how do you
Snapchat.
feel about the fellas out there trying to act? Okay, here's my problem with everybody. Guys that don't like the song are scared to come out and say they don't like the song because they're scared of people like,
Who? Like famous guys?
yeah,
Why? No, I know that,
You know.
but I'm saying why.
because they're scared of like getting the
Well, you know what's funny
vitriol
is the way
of
when she was talking about white. I'm so not afraid of white Twitter.
yeah, they're not even. That's not even a thing, is it?
White Twitter is
not.
not
It's
scary at
literally
all.
not a thing.
Like black Twitter, I'm afraid to say because it's like you gotta tread soft.
I'm scared of every
But when
other
you were
group.
saying
I'm scared
all
of
that-
gay Twitter,
Yeah, literally.
woke Twitter,
Anything but white Twitter.
White
It's-
Twitter,
I
doesn't
fear
do-
no Twitter.
Yeah, doesn't.
Like, I really
shit.
don't care.
You never got attacked,
Yeah.
they forget about it within 15 minutes.
but they
Next-
attack you for
And
that.
what?
Stop.
15 days.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know how.
Comment
still getting
under,
bitches from no name.
a famous person's tweet or like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If a blog shares somebody's thing, comment under it. Their fans will attack you for
You get
days.
thousands of likes.
When I was arguing with the
I'm
no name
still waiting.
people, I had to
tweeted
turn my
at Joe
notifications.
Budden, and I'm waiting for him to.
Well, he got low
respond.
budget fans.
Yeah, he don't gotta hide for real.
He
You got-
let Gilly just flat out disrespect him on his podcast.
We never talked about John Gilly.
Yeah, but I'm tired of talking about Joe on this podcast.
That's kind of true.
I heard something click.
It's good.
Okay. What you said? Joe did what?
Joe and Gilly.
He let Gilly do what?
Oh, Gilly was on his podcast just going in, talking about how somebody smacked Joe, and Joe was just sitting there
What
like,
that is?
ah,
What
my
that is?
eye, like, ah, and just didn't do anything. And I'm just like, I tweeted at Joe, and I'm like, baby, please tell me this is not true. For real.
Well,
I
it
was
is.
like,
The video just-
Yeah, he got jumped by Wu-Tang.
No, Consequence. Consequence on Love and Hip Hop. Remember he smacked him in the back of the head.
yeah, I
Like,
remember
man.
that. No, that was a sneak because
Yeah,
Joe
it
was
was a
really
sneak,
about to
but then
beat
Joe
his
Budden beat
ass.
his ass behind the
Yes,
scenes.
Yeah, that's what I was
he
about
did.
to say.
But no, he didn't make it seem like he got
Joe's
jumped.
on
He
that.
just literally
Like,
said
I don't
he
ever
smacked
question
him,
that.
and
He
he
said
just
that
was
song.
sitting
I don't
there.
ever question that. Joe's on that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's why when they always talk about him getting jumped by Wu-Tang and all this, because he got jumped by Wu-Tang.
Right. That's
Right,
clout.
that's not a.
Thank you for my clout.
Right. Thank you very much. Like whatever.
Yeah, but I thought you was talking about when Gilly was yelling at Joe about not owning his podcast and all that. But fuck them, I don't care about
Oh no, that was the same episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, as a what grade is Nyan? Is she in kindergarten yet?
preschool.
So how you feel about school?
Oh no, we're not. But
She
luckily,
said, "Oh no, we're not."
no, her preschool has a virtual option.
Huh?
So yeah,
What the fuck?
So
What are they gonna be doing? Eating?
they
Right.
no, they give them
They
out
eat sandwiches and shit?
No, taking naps.
The fuck?
iPads, and then like she has a teacher that I have to like check in with weekly.
And
do
you'll definitely be
assessments
checking
with.
in?
You never went to
Definitely.
preschool, I can tell.
Shit.
No, I can tell. I
Not
can look at a
jumped on,
man's
right?
soul and say you never went to
You're
preschool.
You can tell by my joy level.
You're a Head Start type guy.
Oh
Right.
wait, are those
You ain't taking
different?
naps as a young boy.
Are those different?
What?
Head Start and preschool?
I think Head Start's like a year before preschool.
I
Wow.
don't know
Not
about none
really.
of that, but I was in school when I was like
I was in
3 or
Head
4 or
Start.
something.
Yeah, it's just basically the same thing.
Oh. Well, I got jumped at Head Start. Thank you.
Aww.
I did.
That's what's wrong with
That's
you.
what, right. You was 3 years
I
old
was
out
about
there.
to say something way off the way too cruel. Glad.
Let's talk about school and COVID.
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
definitely.
School's coming.
No,
back
you
up.
said no, it's not doing that.
Yeah, no, but they do have options for the kids. Like they have smaller class sizes. I think they only go 3 days a week, and then they take your temperature and the parents' temperature before they're allowed into the building. So
Well, before
This is crazy.
yeah, it's a lot. Like if you want to send them like in class,
They need to
it's a
shut this
lot.
shit down.
that's where I want to go first before you tell me exactly what your plans are with your children. Like, where do you stand on the state of the country with COVID? Like, there's two sides. There's people that are like done with it. Like, open everything back up. I'm fucking done. And then
Right.
there's people. Well, there's people in the middle like me who want to go to a concert, but like,
I'm fucking done. Everybody's gonna get it by the end of this. Everybody's gonna.
it's survival of the
Yeah,
fittest.
especially you have it
Everybody-
after today, so good luck.
everybody's gonna have COVID. You're either gonna get over it or you're gonna die, and like
And that's what it is.
that just
And
is
it's
what
natural.
it is.
And it's natural selection at this
Right.
point.
No one's taking that fucking vaccine.
Right.
No one's waiting.
Charles
No, it's
Darwin.
crazy.
Yeah,
People
I'm really
They
not
are,
taking
and
it.
they're gonna die.
They tested
So
it.
it's like-
They just tested it 2 weeks ago in Georgia or
I
last week.
told you on that black.
Of course, it was a black person.
Yeah,
Like
that
they,
black
Yeah, I know they tested in Africa.
like they
So
are
ignorant.
sick, bro.
But no, that's just like whatever. It's here. It's
Yeah,
not
COVID
going
ruined
anywhere.
2020 for sure. No, football's done. Done.
you get it or you don't, and move
Done,
on.
Shane. So thanks.
Are you scared about it being transmitted to your parents?
Thank you very much.
No,
Paul, what'd you ask
my
me?
parents ain't that
Oh,
old.
your parents.
Okay, what about your grandma?
Oh shit, she stay in the house, so it's
Right.
fine. My grandma wear a mask everywhere she go.
Because that's the tricky part.
That's
of all
the
this.
part, right? Because
I mean,
I'll
but
be
this is
fine.
the thing.
I'll be fine.
Right,
This is
I
the
don't know
thing
about
about it. Other cultures, like, they're not that gentle with their old. So it's like, you're going to die at some point. Honestly, let's be real.
What?
I thought you guys were going to talk about something good. I thought you were going to segue into me saying I've never liked black girls before.
You didn't. I mean, you didn't comment. When
Because
you,
I thought that one of y'all was going to oot me.
no, we're just letting you show your true colors to all your
I was
fans,
waiting for
but-
you to interject.
I thought that's where you were going.
I could have went there, man. I couldn't read the room.
No, that's the room.
Okay, well, Shane
I
don't
mean,
like
give
black
your
girls.
stance. You obviously are ready to talk about it. So
Because that's what the
So
real
the gist
beef,
up on you is-
the real beef
right.
and the vibes going on in this
Shane
room,
likes white girls.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the gist on Shane. We all know it.
which is false. I mean, which is true.
And this is
But
your
I'm here to
platform.
defend my
It's
mans
your
too.
platform,
That
King,
I don't really have to say that.
I'm telling you.
what is there to defend?
I'm saying, okay, you could talk about. I'll let you state your claim about the track record and stuff. But I'm just saying,
That's all. I
it's
just
not
go off
that
people's
it's not that
track
it's
record.
it's not that it's mutually. He's not mutually exclusive to liking white girls.
I didn't say he was. He's mutually exclusive to publicly liking white girls.
Okay, touche. Good point.
he ain't liking no black girl photo.
Not in public, only in the dark.
Not looking hard enough.
I like that in the dark. I mean, I'm not saying
I mean, that's a
I'm not saying I like that sentiment, but I'm saying I like that point.
that's a funny narrative. But
Okay, well, tell us how you.
I'll be the shield for anybody that feels like me.
For anybody that feels like me.
Whatever, it's fun to entertain. Why do you think that?
I mean, we've
And-
already had this conversation, and
We never had it on air.
we're not gonna bring up your old Facebook posts.
No, yes, we are.
And commentary on
That's
the topic.
what I want because I don't recollect that.
He was being racist.
Oh, trust me, Mahadiyya remembers.
I remember.
If it happened, I'm not saying. She probably screenshot
This is
it.
what it was. It was another one of those tacky ass posts.
Why is it gotta be tacky? Who was
Because
that?
it's so tacky, like the question just tacky.
But she makes it sound like I would make it a point every day to go somewhere.
No, I'm not saying
and
you're
say
making it
something.
a point, but when you're
Okay,
just,
No,
Offer
but when
me-
I'm tagged in something a million times, I'm going to comment. I don't know what you think.
Offer us context. What are y'all talking about?
okay,
Whatever post she's talking about, I say I have never been the Facebook guy. Is that a fact? Have I ever been the Facebook warrior?
No, you're definitely.
Okay, thank you. That's my.
for this specific topic, he was a warrior. Give me my goddamn shield
That
and
is
sword.
not
I'm going
true.
to war.
That
A
is not
goddamn
true.
warrior.
But go ahead.
The post was
And if
one of those.
let's broaden it. I mean, you can make it specific to me, but let's broaden it for a wider audience.
Our 11 viewers.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know what the post is.
The post was literally
I don't know.
like
I literally don't know.
begging the question of
And
why
I didn't make
black
the
girls
post.
feel some type of way about white
I
girls
think I
who
remember.
exclusively date
Okay,
black
so-
men.
And I know
I
who
didn't make the
commented
post,
on there.
correct?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Didn't make the post,
That's
but
what
she
I'm
was
saying.
Captain Save-A-Ho, came right up in them comments and was like,
That's because I was tagged in it.
preference.
I've
This was
always
a
ignored those.
I do
preference
remember
king.
this now.
Yeah. So it's just like, oh, okay.
Well, I don't know what you're saying because it depends how bad.
I remember.
Because
I remember who was commenting on there. I know the people that was
I don't.
commenting on there now.
Yeah.
I literally don't remember
brother.
the
I'm not saying
specific
I don't
post.
know what you specifically said or anything, but I do remember the post.
No, I remember in the past having to say
Having to say what? What is it?
stick up
tell
for
me
my
now
girlfriend.
what you would say.
Stick up for my girlfriend
Tell
that's
me
being
what
bashed.
you would say now. I just want to know what would your sentiments be on the topic.
What would the question be?
The question was, what problem do black girls have with white girls who exclusively date black men?
Well, I can't answer that for a black girl. You'd have to ask a different question.
My point is, then what were you commenting for?
I don't remember the post.
to cut Shane some bell, if you are with a white girl, you can't. I mean, I don't know what nothing was said, anything at all. But I'm saying if she was getting bashed, you can't.
But she brought that upon herself, right?
But
as in commenting or
as in making the post.
Oh,
opening herself up to that kind of
yes, I remember
conversation and not being ready for it and having Shane come save her.
I'm with the people that say if your girl's getting jumped, that ain't happening. So
at all points.
At all.
I am too.
At all. Like in fighting, none of that. That's not happening.
I understand that, but you should
so take that
have
sentiment
corrected
with
her in private, and y'all should have together came out with an apology to black women. And that didn't happen.
I love this fucking episode.
I'm so serious. Like, I understand, like, coming to her defense or whatever, but when y'all get home or when you text her, like, babe, hey, that shit was out of pocket. Let me educate you on this, this, and this.
But how you know he didn't?
That's what
they never publicly came out with an apology.
But that's my problem with, like, why?
Because this is Black Twitter.
Because
I know what she's going to say. If you're disrespectful
in public,
right,
then address it in public and apologize in public.
Right, but
So hold on, real quick.
That's not happening.
What if? How long ago was this?
I mean, years ago.
This was back in like 2017. 2018.
Stop. We weren't even together in 2017. It was like 2015.
Okay, so this is a long time ago.
No, we were literally weren't together.
What if Shane views and everything got a lot?
We weren't. That was when all that happened.
That's understandable. People's views change all the time as they learn new things and grow.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm saying what if he wasn't as aware of situations or?
No, we're not painting me like that, guys.
I'm not.
No. But I'm saying we're done with the hypothetical.
No.
You shut up. Because I didn't. Now maybe I could take responsibility for the way I articulated something. Maybe I didn't get out what I was trying to say correctly. I don't know what I said. Apparently, it pissed some people off, and I apologize for that. But I've never thought that. I've literally never thought that.
Okay, what?
In fact, I was always told in that relationship that when you get done with me, you're gonna get I can see you getting with a black girl. That was always a thing that was said.
That's just an insecurity.
I mean, you can say what it is. I'm saying that's what was said. So
I'm trying to follow the dynamic of this conversation now.
And I feel like that was due to something else, but.
So you got a lot of theories and suspicions.
I do, because I told you I came out here to the streets.
Well, get them out.
No.
Yeah, get them out. Let's go.
We'll do that off the record. Thank you.
Let's do it on the record.
Bub has some guidelines for me, he told me.
I did.
He didn't tell you what the guidelines were. So
but
you're free.
I said I would guide her because she probably.
Well, I don't believe that. I never have thought that. Maybe I articulated
Haven't
it
thought
wrong.
what? What are we talking about anymore?
What have you not been listening?
You don't believe what Lexi was saying?
She's saying that I was saying I had a preference of only dating white girls. That's her point. I've never thought that, ever. Not once.
I don't think we've made it clear on where you stand on what her...
I just said it. I literally just said it.
He said he does not have a preference of only dating white
And you never have.
Never have.
And that's that.
And that's that. Maybe it was articulated wrong, but I never thought that.
Hold on, time out. No. That's not the argument. The argument Mahadiyya is having is that there's, on the flip side, there's white girls that believe, she's saying there's white girls that mask fetishes with preference.
No. That's separate from that's a whole different topic. I'm talking about me specifically.
Right. But
and the argument that was brought to me. I don't care about that one.
But you got to.
But why?
Because in the sense of this argument, she's saying you went and defended a white girl that has a fetish for black guys, but is masking it as a preference. That's the argument.
Well,
what I'm saying.
I just said today that I've never heard it put like that. So that's
new to you.
That's not new to me, but putting it that way is. Again, that though is completely sub argument from what I'm saying.
Right, but I mean, I'm just curious on. I already said at the beginning of this segment that I don't believe that you mutually like white girls. So,
do you believe in fetishized?
No, that's silly.
No, do you believe you've been
fetishized?
Fetishized is what she said.
Oh, me? Probably.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying.
I've known Shane for a long time. I think Shane just gets that right because he was with a white girl for a long time. Majority.
That's not her point. Is have you been fetishized?
Probably, but you keep asking me questions from another person's perspective. I can't answer that. Probably to her argument, yes. But how am I supposed to answer that?
That's all she needs. I mean, in my perspective...
You probably have too.
I'm sure. I know I have.
Okay, so how are you asking me that question?
Because the next step on that is, as a black man, knowing that, and the reason why I'm speaking on half of black women, just of what I've know. The reason why they may be upset is that we don't, again, for lack of better terms, put the white girls in line, or we don't even understand that that's what we don't even understand that that's what's going on.
Yeah, no, that
Because
like,
then it demeans black women. Because then you have white women feeling like they're masking fetishes with preference, and then they're speaking down on black women because they think that they got a black guy. And what she's saying is, if everything that we just discussed is all known between all three parties, she wouldn't have a beef, and no one would have a beef because everybody would know where we stand.
Right.
Okay. But like, there's black guys out there. I got some off the top that I know only date white girls.
Yeah, but that's never been me.
I'm not accusing you of that. I'm speaking to those black guys now. If you don't know what's going on, then it's going to be a problem when it comes to black women. Or B, if you don't educate your white woman, which is fine to have. If she doesn't know what's going on, then it's still going to be a problem to black women.
Right, you're speaking all now from hindsight.
I'm not talking to you.
This is 4.5 years later now.
I'm literally.
25.
This is not mutually. This is to other people because I said what I believe about you.
Right, but that stems from somewhere. So what I'm saying is the place that it stemmed from isn't valid to bring up right now because I'm 25. At the time, being 20, you learn new things.
Yeah.
As far as like the fetish and the preference thing, I literally just said it's interesting the way that you put that.
That's why I was asking because that's what I said 5 years ago. I know for damn sure I'm 24, and I know I've said some shit when I was 19 that I don't believe in at all. I don't know anything I'm saying, but I know for a fact that I've either in conversation or post or something said something where it was just like, if I read that now, I'd be like, that's crazy. I even thought that way.
For sure.
So I wasn't saying it to you. I'm saying that's just how I am with my damn self. That's how people are. 5 years is a long ass time for me. Then if I look, like I said, when I look back to myself now and 19, I was a whole different person.
Right. And again, what I'm about to say is this is not mutually exclusive for you, but I'm saying if someone on the other hand was telling you 5 years ago, hey, this is X, Y, and Z, and you retort it, like she's saying,
right,
and there's an argument about it, and then 5 years down the road, you come into that knowledge, you would then owe that person an apology. Correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like you say with Holden all the time, it could have saved you 5 years if you would just listen to me.
Right. Yep, I wish I would have saved mad years doing dumb shit. I'd have been sharp as a fucking tack.
Would you like to add anything? I'm not copping a plea for black women.
I just want wherever y'all hit them at in the DMs, in the comments, slide up, swipe up, let me know your answer to the question. Because the narrative's still out there. White women make literally tacky ass posts on Facebook about it all the time. It's still an ongoing argument, and I just want that question answered to further the conversation because we're stuck in this one spot and it's annoying. That
they believe what spot are y'all stuck in?
We're stuck in the spot that they think that it's a preference and that black women specifically have a problem with them.
Preference.
Yeah, with their preference.
And y'all don't have a problem with preference.
And we don't. I don't have a problem with their preference.
You have a problem
I have a problem with
the
fetish and the fact that you don't know the difference. And also the degrading and demeaning conversation that's had in result of that towards black women.
Right. When y'all's fetishes is used as combat against black women.
Yeah.
To make it seem like you're better than black women.
And
because rich black guys like white women.
And we don't care.
Well,
so it's like, you know.
And Shane, where do you stand on that whole thing?
I think I've already said it multiple times.
That you're not mutually exclusive to white women. That's one.
Right. But I feel like that's so like crazy to even say that it's like.
No, I can see why you said it, but I can also see why.
I can see that.
I know people that think that. Guys. I mean,
he was surprised about it, but I'll just let him know that's a common. That's a common
fucking years. So if someone
I get why you're confused. It's like, well, I was with one white girl for like 8 years. So I don't know why you think that.
But there's dumb perceptions.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, so me saying that, I'm not saying that. That's crazy.
And also, the way that you move, not you, but the way that we may move when it comes to that type of stuff I could see how that perception would get out there.
What do you mean?
Because her point earlier was that, okay, you publicly have been in entanglements with white women, but
Woman. Don't say women.
okay, one woman, right? But you have
it wasn't an entanglement; it was a relationship.
right. My point.
What are you throwing on me right now?
The point is when you publicly haven't had the other side,
Right, that's the perception.
then that's everybody's perception. And I'm saying the way that not just you move, but the way that we may all move to where all that stuff is not going to be public.
I see what you're saying.
Then that's all they know. But you're saying from your perspective, you know certain other things that the world may not know.
I'm saying that if you post, hypothetical. If you posted a black girl, like as a girlfriend, your next
People
girlfriend,
be surprised as fuck.
a lot of people would be like, "Damn," well, they wouldn't say it, but I know a lot of people, guys and girls, would be like, "Damn, she likes black girls."
That is crazy.
I think it is because I know you for 5-6 years, and we've done, we're guys. So
but that is the crazy thing about
perception,
social media and perception.
That if you're private, then it offers room.
Right.
It offers room.
And the loudest
for,
things that I've done now are so vocal that that's the one thing that you remember from me.
Until
you say
you
something.
become vocal again.
This is my first time ever, second time ever, talking to Mahadiyya in person.
Right.
And the first time I did issue an apology. I didn't feel the need to go on Facebook and make a whole, because I didn't make a whole status the first time.
Right. And I mean, that's just
it's out of season now, but I'm just saying,
it was in season at one point.
It was in season. It was on my chest, and I got it off.
We're good.
I mean, I definitely see from bro's perspective if you were getting attacked and then no black man was there to cop your bill. I mean, I'm serious.
Literally.
I'm sure that's how black women feel.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure.
Time,
They feel undervalued. But next topic.
No.
Well, I mean,
where are you going to go? Are you going to go to a good topic or not?
That was my.
Because my only thing I was just going to hit on is the way that I hate the way that social media is. The way that we say all the time, I saw somebody running outside and they tripped and fell. And that's the one memory that I have of them forever.
And now they're the clumsy guys.
And then now,
but it's really no, I'm D1 in athletics.
And now Hunter say, "Eddie,
not milk face."
I got the video. I was going to send it to you.
Literally,
I found the fucking video.
If
I
Hunter
have the
asks
video.
me if I know so and so, I'm say, "Oh, snot nose boy."
Right. Exactly.
That's the one thing that happens. And social media is so crazy.
But that's exactly
that's not even social media.
That's how other people do it, obviously, and that's how they think that's what it is.
That's just a human brain. You have to categorize things as how you maneuver through life.
What's the jig on me?
The jig on you? Let me.
When a girl does that, when she flips her hair and scoots over.
The jig on you is you fat titty black girls. You like to
look, Hunter.
I mean, hey, literally.
Not that far off.
I like big titties. And black girls.
But we need to make sure there's no comma there.
Right.
He likes fat titty black girls. He don't like
big
fat.
boobs and black girls.
But you don't like fat, titty black girls. I don't like black girls.
Okay.
Why? So how does Hunter have that? How does Hunter is private is private, right?
That is true. I wonder.
But how does he have that rap when the girl he dated is so far from that?
Hold on. Time out. Because we're speaking to a girl, y'all. We got to remember that the same way if a girl was in this room and there's a girl I got in my brain that has told me that she's only slept with a certain amount of guys. And I'm around the guys she slept with, and I'm like, well, I know 5 extra guys. You said it's this number, but I know 5 extra guys.
Right.
I know because I talked to him.
What Cole say? So you got to multiply by 3.
Niggas be lying. Let's not even
That's
go
true,
there.
but not with this person.
Okay.
I know.
I guess. I was talking about this
I
out.
want to know, but oh man.
Get the fuck real. Get the fuck real.
I hate her.
But no, I'm saying from her perspective, we're guys. We may be private and stuff like that, but Hunter does his own dirt on his own time.
No, we know, but I'm saying Hunter moves how I move.
Exactly, but we're talking to a girl. Girls come. He's messaged a girl that knows Mahadiyya that Mahadiyya knows, for a fact that
I know
he's messaged.
multiple girls that Hunter's messed with.
So that's what I'm saying. We got to keep that in perspective.
Right.
That she knows.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she's a girl and girls talk amongst each other just like we talk amongst each other.
Right.
She found out something about me and I have no idea.
I know me neither.
I told you how.
Yeah, Mahadiyya don't have tea right here, guys, because she has all the tea.
I don't even need any tea because
But so this is my question. Why doesn't Hunter get the rap that he likes skinny, light-skinned girls?
Because he's dated more than just skinny, light-skinned girls.
Girls are crazy.
Not
I'm
really.
telling you. Well, yeah, you have. But
Dated?
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, Tyler's not a skinny.
That's what I'm
light-skinned girl.
saying.
Tyler's not a
Yeah.
skinny light skinned girl. She don't.
But see, that's the thing.
She's not
You've
classified
grown
as
up
that.
around Hunter. So you have a bigger sample size. That's why it's not. That's it. It's your sample size.
But that's all they go off of. They're girls.
Right.
That's all anybody can go off of.
Right, but that's not fair.
You can only go off of what you got. Unless you give me more.
Girls are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Give us more.
That's what you be telling Kendrick all the time. I'm tired of all this old that shit. Give me more. I'm tired of all your shit that you say is not true. Then give me more. Like,
Y'all
Wait, y'all just want me to be out here
Good.
public
That's
and loud just doing it. I'm
that's
not
what
I'm
gonna
not
move
even
like that.
saying that. I'm not even saying that
crazy.
because I don't even put a lot of really personal or private stuff on social media. It's not even that serious or anything like that. But I'm just saying, people have a lot of misconceptions about me that when
Yes.
we finally have conversations, I'm like, where did you get that?
Well,
I'm
I'm
like,
glad
what?
Facts.
mine don't do no
Facts.
harm. I smoke weed. I like black girls and big boobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that far off.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's the simple me. But
Right.
that's how I want it because that's what I'm saying. I don't post nothing on Facebook about nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
So y'all girls really y'all
Yeah, girls
really
are
just
crazy.
in y'all's inner circle, y'all just send the tea.
Right.
oh yeah, of course.
Girls are crazy.
And that's what y'all
We
spend
link
your
up, compare notes. Girl, we been...
No, see,
What
that's
are
what I
you
knew.
saying?
When I saw the notebook, I was like,
you know what I mean? And we just...
y'all are the most dangerous creatures on the
they
face of the
are.
planet.
Especially a smart girl.
I know. That's why. Never mind. We're not.
I
Going back
know.
to-
How do
we're
I
not-
always
We're not
do
going back
this?
because I'm saying that's black girls do this. White girls are so fucking dumb.
I mean, it's because, like, that's also a form of protection. Like, if you try to find out as much as you can because you're like, okay, I'm trying to find out this person.
Is that a form of protection or is that masked by insecurity?
Or PTSD.
Both. I mean, everyone's insecure, but I feel like, too, like, if you don't know someone's intentions or you don't know exactly how you should play your cards with a certain, like, you gotta get as much information as you can to know, okay, how should I move? Like, what is my next move? How should I play this? You know what I mean? Like,
Have we just come to that as a society recently, or should that have always been the case? Because I feel like there was a point where it was about like trusting, and I'm not saying I disagree with you because
I feel like
I'm
that's
the
what
same
it is
way.
in 2020.
That I would agree.
Yeah,
Isn't that sad though?
it is.
That if you got in a relationship, you would have to hedge your bets.
Literally, I had a
You don't
question,
put all your cards.
a question for y'all. Do you think monogamy is possible in 2020?
Okay, I have a question. I don't know what that is.
What? That's not a question. That's not a question. That's a wait. That is a question.
I didn't
that a
ask you like a question. I said a statement, but
Yeah.
you know what I meant.
Monogamy is like being.
I've
with
always
multiple-
heard it, but I think I know what it means. It's just sleeping with different people.
Oh,
Is
what do you mean?
See, he said, he didn't know.
no.
Hold on.
If
what-
you're monogamous,
Oh,
that means you're
that's
only
staying
with
together,
one
yeah.
person.
Oh, my.
I said, do you think that's possible in 2020
Ah.
to have a
What's the opposite of
completely-
that?
It's
polygamy?
Polygamy.
Yeah, polygamy.
Yeah.
That's when you get it in.
That's what you get it. Not Mormon.
I
That's an
feel like
entanglement.
okay. Here I go. I hate my fucking self. That I feel like it's the end times, and it was written
Mm-hmm.
that people will be for self and greedy in the end times, and I think this all falls underneath that category of. I think we're supposed to. It's supposed to be that way, but I don't think that it exists so much anymore.
So you don't think it's possible? Your answer is
No. I didn't say it's not possible.
I said, do you think it's possible in 2020?
Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. It's not as likely as it should be, but it's
It's
possible.
very possible.
Mhm.
It's very possible. You just have to.
I think it's possible, but
I would hope it's possible because that's gonna have me fucked up if it ain't possible.
Right.
Because that's crazy.
Right.
That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy.
I'm just saying.
But when you think about how people move, like
How possible is it?
it's
It's less likely.
What's the
which is
percentage?
80-20.
I don't know because being with someone for like 30 and 40,
Because
That's what I'm
it's literally now, but literally now is literally in our expectations that you're gonna get cheated on. Like that's an
Yeah.
expect. Like
but is that like PTSD like from prior relationships?
but that's-
because I'm afraid to get in a
But being
relationship.
prejudiced is not
I don't think
always
that's
a bad
like,
thing when you got a sample size.
Yeah.
man, I'm not getting. I don't see myself getting a relationship. Like I don't even.
I have said time and time again that I am afraid to get in a relationship.
To any of that, I really don't.
What are you scared of?
Not. I mean, I guess I did sound like I'm afraid. I'm not afraid of nothing, but
That's
don't
not
have the energy.
Yeah.
It's me. One, it's me being self-aware that I would, if I got a relationship, I wouldn't be a good boyfriend.
You're not ready.
I'm not ready. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
how
to be
I feel.
ready. And then there's other ways, as in, like he said, and like you said, it's in the back of my mind, and that's like, I mean, obviously that's an insecurity, but in 2020, it's going to be in the back of your mind that someone's always cheating on you or who they text.
and you said you're the
But
jealous
that-
type. And you said that you're the jealous type just by
But yeah,
By
most of
nature.
yeah,
not right now because you've grown up, but
Right.
like in your
yeah, for sure.
The crazy thing for me is I've never really been afraid. Like, I'm not afraid of like the getting cheated on part. It's just the sometimes stuff don't work part.
That too.
That
too, like,
and
I'm
being
about to waste my
vulnerable
time.
again, and being
Right.
having to be somebody that
And then,
opens up
Exactly.
and then just have everything crushed down.
and then it's like, oh,
And then it's
my
like,
God,
I don't want to deal with this again.
not right now, in my life, not right now.
That
okay,
scares me.
but with your character arc,
That scares me.
with your character arc of someone being just a little bit that I've known you, like you're someone that just does. You don't think too much about certain things. You make a decision and you just do.
Mm-hmm.
How does that play in like you getting in a relationship? Like, would you just do it, or do you think like is that where you draw the line to where you're thinking?
Well, that's
about
what I'm
all
saying. The scary part about that is the just do it that I've done is that I'm not doing it.
Right.
I've already thought about that, and I've already said I'm not getting in a
Oh,
relationship.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's part.
You've already weighed your
Right, I've already done that. I'm
But
not,
I don't think you can. I don't think that's how life works.
But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is I've done that.
Right.
And once
but
he
do you
makes
feel
that
like you're
decision,
blocking
he
blessings doing
Yes,
that?
I've said that multiple times. Like that's the scary part to me is that I think that I'm so guarded now because I'm afraid to be vulnerable again that I know I block blessings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Might be
That's
blocking a blessing
sad.
right now.
Yep. Same. But what's the dumb?
So but you asked the question. What do you believe? You don't get off the. You don't get off.
I was
That's
going-
not how
I was
it
going to
works.
ask
Right
you.
out of there. No, I definitely believe that it is possible. But I believe that like 90% of humans aren't functioning on that wavelength. Like,
Like they're like on the bad side.
yeah,
to where-
they're not vibrating at that level, at that frequency.
But
to be able
I
to
honestly
handle
believe
that.
that it's always been that percentage has always been. It's always been lower. Your chances of monogamy
Yeah, I
has
feel
always
like it
been
has-
lower than being
For
with
sure,
one
because
person.
it's not the crowd.
So you know my thing is after year 40, you can pack my shit. I'm going. Year 40.
Why?
I don't think so.
I'd be so
I don't think
sick
so.
of them.
I don't think so.
That'd be
I
like
don't
your
think so.
best friend by
Yeah,
then.
I don't think
That'd
so.
be like
I don't
you
think
can't
so.
live without them.
Okay, maybe 40.
I think
that might be too deep, but like you're like 14.
No, that's the harder to do.
This is the double-edged
Bro,
sword. for me.
okay, hold on. Just in our friendship, you get sick of me.
Right.
You get sick of me.
Right.
Like there's times where like in a normal friendship, people will be like, "How are y'all friends?"
Yeah.
Like, how are y'all friends? But it's the comfortability. It's just like you told Shane, that's him. That same way in the marriage, but even 2 times more. It'd be like, you get so comfortable. You shouldn't. I don't believe you shouldn't. In a marriage,
Because I know that the analogy's right, but we're friends. We're not soulmates. So like we have days that we say all the time. We need them 3-4 days where we don't talk. That we have them reboot days. In relationship, there's no
People,
3-4 days
people
where
who
there's
are
no
married
reboot.
go
There's
3 or 4
no-
days without talking. Yeah, they need breaks from each other too.
my mom and dad.
At the end of the day, regardless of what type of relationship it is, you're
It's a
still
relationship,
humans, and
yeah.
you still are both 2 different people and 2 different personalities who need space to be individuals.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like I don't think that in a marriage that you should. I don't think that it's bad to have those days to
It's
where
not, and I
it's needed.
live by the sentiment that we're only here to experience each other. So you know what I mean? So you don't, even though you're married, you can't be possessive over that person, or
Right,
can't, you know what I mean?
right,
Like that's
right.
not part of your dynamic.
Right.
You're literally there to experience them, and
Right.
good or bad, like that's what we do is experience each other.
Yeah, I think somebody that I've seen have the best grasp of that was Lauren London. When she was talking about
And she has the best.
at Nip's, when she was talking at Nip's funeral, and she was like, "We've all had the privilege of experiencing Nip."
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, she was
and seeing
so
her, she was
removed
just
from
so-
him.
oh my
The way she
God.
did, you're right. Because she understood, even in that moment, that he did not belong to her.
Right.
Right.
You
Or
could tell.
the people.
Or the
And we just need to be grateful that we had the time.
yeah,
to
that
be
was
with them.
amazing. You're right.
I've
She
never
was,
seen
yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, regardless of how long you're together, or when you're done with each other, or whatever, like, you experience each other for that point in time. Like, you should be grateful for that
Right.
and
Alone.
not focus on, you know what I mean?
The double-edged sword for me is though that I want that so bad.
You want what?
Yeah,
I want to be with somebody for forever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
I'm the
blocked
complete. I'm
somebody-
the complete opposite. Though.
My mom is
I'm the
literally. There's
complete
somebody right now.
opposite.
My mom is literally saying, "No, bub, she's the one." I'm like,
See, the thing is, I don't think I can be. That's what's crazy about it.
What? You're the opposite of what he just said.
Yeah.
Me
like,
too.
I think that like
And when I think of forever for anything, that turns me off.
Yeah.
Automatically.
For real?
No, it does,
Heaven,
yeah.
like I'm dead. I've always
It
been that way.
scares me more than
Any
anything.
thought of eternity or forever. Mm-mm.
Right.
Because you're thinking it's gonna get bland. You're thinking like eating the same thing for dinner. Every
Right.
night.
I
It's
just-
not like that.
Bro,
You're
the
going
thought-
through life and experiencing
But-
life
and
and
the-
each other at the same time.
but-
So that's like, you know what I mean? It's constantly a transition and constantly change. So it's constantly new and fresh.
Well,
You're doing new and fresh things. That's why you have to do new and fresh things together. And
I agree.
You know what I
Like
mean?
growing your marriage and like flowering your marriage,
yeah,
like watering
that's
your
why
marriage.
they say it's it's a job. A relationship is a job.
It is.
It is. You have to actually put work in.
It is. People lose that
I agree
that
with that for sure.
that part.
Yeah,
but
people just get like, okay, we're together type shit, like,
Yep.
and just think they can just live the same way they've been living, and that's not.
the weird thing with me is that, like I just said, I'm scared of the thought of forever. But on the flip side, I'm also scared of change. Like I'm the one out of this group that is more scared of change. Like change will cause me crazy anxiety. Like
Right, you live in comfort zone.
I live in comfort zones. But when it comes to like the thought of a relationship or like I've literally thought like I don't even want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to heaven or like if it was a real construct,
Right.
I can't. The thought of eternity.
Being stuck there.
The thought of eternity, like, because I can't put my mind past forever. I try to put a timestamp on it, and it's like, no,
That's
More.
more, and you won't even be thinking more because you would just be in it. I don't even want to go there. It gives me anxiety.
I understand. I feel that way when I think about outer space.
Yes, like the thought of just openness and just.
Oh my gosh.
So, yep, I'm not getting married. There's that. Thank you.
But the Bible says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing."
That is very true.
So,
But maybe they meant money.
no, it says wife.
Right. He didn't stutter. He
I
said
just
what he
think you
said.
haven't. Maybe you have, and I just don't know her. But I just don't think you found someone that meshes well enough with you.
I would agree. I would agree with that. But let me ask you guys all this. Did you guys, before getting in a relationship, feel like what were your sentiments before? I know it's hard for you, and you've had a long time relationship with Rashid,
Yeah, I was
and then
14.
you, right? So y'all probably didn't really think anything, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say I don't know how I should be feeling right now. Like if I'm on the trajectory that I need to be on to ever feel that way, or if I'm like way out of bounds.
I think you should just like let any like blocks or any thoughts you have about relationships or anything like that, just let that go. And I feel like I don't think you should be like constantly like looking, you know what I mean, like on the prowl for someone.
Like
but
on
I feel
Tinder.
like you should just keep yourself open
Open
to
for
meeting
opportunity.
people. Like talk to someone, have a conversation with someone, or like, you know what I mean, like don't just see people and just avoid talking to them at all, because then like you would literally never know because you never had a conversation with them type thing. But I feel like you just don't block yourself from certain things, but don't try too
Okay,
hard.
my next question is: so you believe that's how, in my scenario, because there's people out there like me. In my scenario, that's how somebody like me will meet somebody.
Yeah.
But in a normal scenario, because like people say, "Oh, I'll find the one," and you just look at that as like a blanket statement. You just
I
think
hate people like that. No.
it like no one's just going to drop out the fucking sky for
Right.
you, or like you're not going to be at the grocery store and like she's going to drop a peach and you're going to help her pick it. That shit don't happen.
Right.
Like that's not how this works.
Sometimes that does happen.
That's why.
But no, this is why I tell
That's
people too
why.
when they're looking
But-
for new
and-
friends.
and
like,
Tell the story about how I got
Nowadays,
you.
it's social media.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
But no, like I tell
yeah.
people when they're looking for like new friends or something, like take a class or like do something that you wouldn't normally do. You find someone that you automatically have something to talk about because you have a common interest.
Know what I
mean?
I've told this guy that at my job that's like 32. I'm like, bro, go to Bible study or something
Yeah.
Do something.
like that because he thinks that it's going to like fall out the sky. That's not how it's going to work for you, buddy.
Right.
Like go to a club, like, but I mean, he can't go to a club. I said like a book club is somewhere around your range. to
Right,
do
that's
that.
your speed.
Yeah, so like find somebody at a book club,
Yeah.
but then you'll end up finding somebody that's too much like you though. gross.
But that would be swag.
Not really. I feel like it just because you have that one thing in common doesn't mean that they are
That's true.
totally
That is true.
different.
Yeah, I think I want someone like me.
Not a female, you. No, sir.
In ways, nah. I mean, no.
Yeah, right. Y'all would
Anyways.
be the most irritable
For real.
old couple.
That wouldn't work. There's certain personalities that mesh
Or
well.
maybe
if
you're right because
your personality.
I hate
is
being
not-
questioned, but I ask lots of questions.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
That's
do.
what
Like, don't
saying.
question me, but it's like if you're not telling me information, what's going on?
And you give
Am I
off
guided?
you give off the vibe that you don't believe anybody. So that would be annoying too. If you were with a girl that
Oh.
never
That's what I'm
believed
saying.
you,
You don't have the character
You
arc
don't-
to be
you-
with somebody that's like you.
no.
There's certain
You're
people.
like, what you believe? Like, why you keep asking me questions? That would be annoying to me. A girl like you, God. Just
He says, God.
just listen to me for once.
That's how I am.
God.
I feel like I'm more like Jada Pinkett Smith.
Stop.
You
But-
want to be in an entanglement. Okay,
Bro,
guys.
so bad.
Stephen every day has texted the group
we're-
chat and said, I want to be in an entanglement. So, girls, shoot your shot. Like,
It's not that
It is-
hard to be
it
in
is
an
real
entanglement. Like,
Oh
it's
my
drama
goodness.
filled. And never mind.
why
Never
so somebody
mind.
can come out a diss track about you? Is that what you want?
That and just the shit that Springfield does,
yeah.
like the shit that it will happen in Springfield.
Yeah, slash your tires, break your
That
windows
type
out,
of shit, and
all
just
kinds
take it
of
to.
stuff.
I don't want to be not embarrassed on social media, but I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah, no, that's
I don't feel like doing that.
ghetto.
I'm way too grown for that. Like some real shit for like you just be like trying to secretly be doing something with a girl, and then like she's taking it to.
Right.
I don't play those games. Like
Right.
that's not.
And you gotta
That's
worry
not.
if she's telling
That's not, and that's what they do.
Man.
That's
Who?
what. Not
yeah,
certain.
clarify.
You know who I'm talking about. Those girls.
Y'all be talking crazy about
Dude.
women on this podcast.
Well, we got someone here to check.
Man, thank you. That's what
But
we said
we
last
but
podcast.
hold on. When I'm talking about females
Man,
and
'cause
stuff,
you said that's what they do. Like, what are you
but
saying?
you should know that I'm not talking about certain people. You know the
Right.
one
Yeah,
I'm talking
but-
about.
What we do is envision one girl.
Right.
And then say that's what they do.
Right, 'cause
you
that
got
girl-
her- you got
she's
her
so-
on
Yeah, so-
She's so lucky I can't drop her fucking fat ass name, making me sick. Is what she's doing.
Oh my goodness.
She was on Snapchat last night, pissing me off. I can't wait to tell you how.
Do you know something that's messed me up here recently? Because I've started to see my views change, but I haven't really. Have y'all seen like the thing where people have been saying like, who comes first, your mom or your wife?
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
tacky.
It's so, but it's to me it. I remember being a kid, like when I was younger, like I've straight up told my girl like, not my mom. But I was young, you know what I mean? Like
And wait, to that question or to her?
to that
specific?
question, to her specifically about that
Me and
question.
Stefan had a drawn out conversation. It stems from so many reasons and so many like things that factor into that belief set. That's just like
It's a whole.
But to me at the
so
time, it's just like
no, and I
you
can
don't come
understand.
close to my mom.
And I can understand how. I can understand if you are putting your personal feelings on it. I can understand how a boy, which you were, would say that.
Well,
But if you-
hold on. Let me give you more context. Now that I've grown up, I see it now.
I know you.
I see it,
I
I'm
already
like-
know. I already know just in conversation. You wouldn't even have to tell me that.
Right. You know what I mean? But that wasn't until recent. When I mean recent, maybe a year or two.
Until you became a man.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh no, I might have to suffer. You know what I mean? But even right now, that sounds messed up because that's my mom, and she's like, when you think about all the stuff your mom has sacrificed for you,
And but when that question is posed, I want to like people like what used to also drive me crazy about it is that people act like that scenario that was given was like if they're hanging off a fucking cliff.
Yeah,
Right.
That's not the
Like
scenario.
that.
Fucking drowning.
That's not the scenario.
Like, what the
Okay.
fuck?
I'm
Okay,
trying to
that's-
save you both.
That's not the scenario, guys.
Right.
Okay, that's a different topic for a different day. The scenario is in a construct of a household in your life.
Right.
Who should come first?
Right.
And it's not that complex.
It's obvious.
It's not that complex of a situation. It's really not.
Right.
When you either if you're a boy and you can remove yourself, your feelings personally about your girlfriend out of it and your mom and look at it from a perspective of outside of yourself, it's not that hard of a concept. But if you're a boy or a girl and you're putting your feelings involved in it, I see why everybody says what they say. And I see why y'all's relationships go the way they go. And I see
and
why
their households,
your household is the way
were
it
set
is.
up, and the way their parents' relationship went is just like, okay, yeah, it makes sense.
Man, talk to some older OGs about it. talk to some older OGs that been married. They'll be like,
right, keep your woman happy.
Right.
They keep the house. They keep the house.
they'll laugh at you.
Right. They got
Who's
right.
mom?
And there's just certain things that I remember the older generation doing to where you felt as a child like, damn, like they're putting dad before me, or like,
Right.
but yeah, you entitled ass kid. Yeah, I am.
Right,
Because like I was with him for 18 years before you were in the picture.
Right.
And we can
okay?
make more of you.
And we can make more of you. You're a product of us.
Right.
Like, do you not get that?
Right. You can't.
Like, I'm in love with
bond.
him.
Right.
Like, what a concept.
Bro, sitting a 6-year-old down and saying that is crazy.
But like let's get into it, because I finally commented on, like, it was Delisa's post last week or whatever about it, but that is
I
literally
wasn't gonna play with y'all about that. She was that serious.
yeah, but that's literally why, like you said, that's literally why all these not all, but that's why our marriage percentage.
What did she say?
She asked the question, and she was just because it had been going around like a week before.
Well,
she
there was
put
some video of some girl made his mom get in the back seat
Yeah.
of some car.
Yeah,
or something.
and that
First of
triggered-
all, my wife's not. I'm checking her when we get home.
in that scenario.
Mom get in the back seat. But when we get home,
What was
Right.
the wife doing? Just being extra?
bitch.
Standing
She's going
outside
off.
the car, like, are you serious?
Right.
Like, are you serious right now? Like, are you not gonna?
She started going
Right.
off the mom.
First of all, my mom's
It's
more
like-
polished than that. She's
Right.
not. My mom's getting in the
Like,
back and seat and saying,
Why
"Oh, okay."
are we doing this right
Okay.
now?
Right.
And I'm gonna say, you get your ass in the passenger seat.
Right.
Let's leave, and when we get home,
We'll let you have it.
we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, to the point, in that scenario, it stems from the wife's expectation on what it should have been, the husband's belief, and the mom's entitlement.
Yeah.
Okay, because the mom, like you said, your mom would automatically know. Okay, I understand the construct of how this should be. Let me just go ahead, get in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. That mom didn't believe that. You want to know why? Because that mom was probably single,
Right.
and that mom probably babied her son.
And she thinks her
Right.
son is her man.
She
Let's
thinks
get
her
down
son
to
is
it.
her man.
What they
That's
say,
what
my
happens.
king.
Yes.
That's
my
what
king,
happens.
he done made
That's
it
literally
out.
what
Like,
happens.
that's what it is.
We know black moms out there, young moms, that view their son as their king, like that because the dad left them. That's all she got left from them, and you're holding on to that part of that man that you really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So not in a sexual sense, but that seed, you think it's your man and it's your son, and that's disgusting. It really is.
And then that's also why black single moms have such a beef with their daughters after.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My son is my king.
Is that not? And but
It
the thing,
literally is the football. Oh my God.
the thing is,
My son is
the
my
thing
king
is-
starter pack.
the thing is, like,
Is that
What?
Fantasia?
because we
Right.
look at those moms as like boss ass moms, like they're always taking care of their kid, their
Right.
son, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What is she to do? And also in a deeper conversation, this is what happens. And
Well, I do think
He
that
got young John.
some people in general, not just women, can be too independent.
Yes, that's
That's a topic I had. Is
So
your independence
I mean,
keeping you
people
from-
like that. There's a lot of
finding a
really independent, especially black women, to where you're too independent and you close, like you don't ever let your guard down around somebody. So they're like, I'm done with you. I can't
Yeah.
keep being with you. You don't open up. You don't
Yeah,
like
that's
in a relationship.
annoying.
You can't be so super independent, and while the other person wants more of you.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
insecurity, though.
Right,
Yeah.
and I mean, I was getting ready to say that again.
I mean, but it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
Right.
It is,
Exactly.
and this is a social constructed thing that
Yeah.
it's a
A breakdown of family.
it's an object. Thank you. And
Yeah.
people don't take that into account that the CIA and stuff like that literally have targeted how to break
Yeah.
down a family, and that's how you do it. You remove the guy,
Mm-hmm.
you remove the father, the mother becomes like that.
Right.
Welfare.
She's relying on the government, and she's making her son her king.
Mm-hmm.
And eliminate what that does is her old guy's done. He's torched. He's
Well, what is
gone.
that? It's a-
The new guy that's coming in the picture, he's gonna find out that she values that son more than he values her.
Well,
it will never work.
Even more, it's going to be a generational thing too.
Yeah.
From back when Reagan, when they started taking all the black dads and putting all
Exactly.
up, there's the effect of if
The cycle. That's what I commented on the thing.
Right, if you're raised by a single mom and then you
You
have
value her
kids
way
16
too
or
much.
17 years old, you don't know you never had a dad to understand what it's like to be a father, so you might run off because you're not ready. And then there's another single mom. Like,
Or not that too, but in this aspect of keeping it within the construct of marriage, what happens is he's going to be entitled.
Right.
He's going to overcompensate his love for his mom, and I said on the status that like single black moms out there go hard, and they do the damn like they are to me and to you, because I know you're raised by a single black mom, but like they become a god in our eyes, and then it makes it hard for us to value our woman because it's like I will never put anybody over my mom because she's a god.
And it's a loyalty thing.
Right.
So then it's a never-ending cycle because then you're going to get married.
Right.
Your girl's going to be like, why aren't you valuing me?
Right.
And you're not going to understand the concept of that because no one's touching your mom.
Right.
It's not only that, then you just don't play your role in the relationship and the
exactly.
household at all because you're used to your mom literally doing everything, and it's just like
right, and you've never seen your mom get treated how she should have got treated.
Exactly.
So you don't know
By
how
a man.
to treat your woman.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to. That's what I was explaining to my grandma. Like she was saying a whole bunch of stuff that she just didn't know what she was talking about. And I was telling her, it all starts from somewhere. Like it all starts from somewhere. So it's not just a simple thing of like black single moms need to work more or something. There's a reason why
it is the way it is.
You said the CIA.
It's a constructed thing.
It's a constructed systematic thing that to do to tear black.
Right. It ain't like people are out here trying.
Right.
Nobody wants to be in the ghetto.
Right.
No one wants to be in these situations that they're in.
Right.
The problem with humans is we can't. That lady, she can't diagnose why she can't get a man.
Right.
That's the problem with society.
Self-awareness.
Right.
We can't figure out why we're in the position we're in. We can't self-diagnose. We can't take it back to the root. And if we do take it back to the root, we try to deny it.
Right.
That's the problem. Wow.
She just asked a good question though. What'd you say?
Oh, I said, is your independence keeping you from finding a man?
That's tricky with a female because you mean from the female's perspective?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like girls are like, because it's two sides to it. Because if you are a woman who is okay with a man like taking care of you and taking on the provider role, then sometimes women get looked at as, oh, you're either a gold digger or you're just a bitch who has nothing going for you. You have no, you have no goals or aspirations for yourself. And on the reverse, if you're a boss, you're a go-getter, you know what I mean? Like you're an independent woman, then it's like, okay, well, what do you need me for? And it's like, and then it's she takes on that narrative of, I don't need a man, I want a man. So then it's kind of like, I only need you for what I say I need you for.
Like
These couple things. Yeah, literally. So then men also have to feel needed in a relationship too. You know what I mean? So it's just like.
But where do you stand on that? Do you believe the social construct of a successful working relationship? Because in my brain, when I think of these things, I look at it from like kings and queens and how like that will work. So like in my opinion, like the queen's job is to back up the king, right? Mm-hmm. So in that aspect, a woman should be independent in the fact that, like you said, in a marriage, it should be a business relationship. So also, the female should be helping. They should come together and say, okay, this is what we're trying to do.
Right.
As a family, a common goal. Mm-hmm. And the guy should be on the forefront as a man because, like you say, he needs to be needed. So he should be the the forefront of that operation, but she needs to be right behind him, backing him.
The scenes.
So she could be doing whatever it is behind the scenes that he needs done, but he needs to still be the forefront. He needs to be the face of the operation. So that's how I think it should be. And in turn, you're not too dependent on your man. You see what I'm saying? Because you're still doing something, but you're not too independent.
But I think also in that sense, it gets confused of exactly what she should be doing to help you with also not losing herself in that. Like she can't take on, her life can't take on the role of being your secretary, basically.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
If a woman's just, if you're going to work and she's...
Right, okay, secretary.
And all day, and that's
what's on the tablet?
Then she might lose her ambition.
You lose yourself. You lose yourself in that, and then I'm not the best partner for you. I can't help you because I'm not.
Right, but if y'all honestly had came to a common goal, would that be the case?
If you have healthy boundaries, but sometimes it's hard to have healthy boundaries and healthy limits on things now. Like You know what I mean? Like, everything's so expensive. You have to have 2 incomes is needed. Sometimes 1 income from a man is not enough to support the household. And then if you have kids, like, what are you going to do with the kids? You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to maneuver that if she does want to work, or if she does want to, you know what I mean, start her own business or do something like that while still trying to help you and still trying to run a household and then still trying to be a woman to you?
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, my sister was talking about it one day, and it made me feel bad that, like, the society we live in just wants women, like, they're carrying on too many roles.
They are.
Women. Like, they got to be a woman to you. Like you said, we want them to be sexy for us and, like, be a woman. But then again, like, she's having to work. Then she has to take care of the kids. She's having to, like, it's too many roles being played by a woman to where it's, like, it's exhausting, and there has to be give and take somewhere. It's like, I'm going to be lacking in one area because I can't juggle all this.
And then I hate the whole thing of men think all they have to do is work. No. Like, that's literally, I'm a provider. I go to work. Okay.
All right, how's that fair when you're doing the 8 other things?
How's that fair when I also go to work, take care of kids, be a woman to you, help you out with your business, still try to have business on my own,
be nurturing,
and have a social life.
Be caring.
Anything you want me to look sexy for you and do dances and know how to do all this other
wear your hair in a
crazy
fucking
ass
fro.
shit. Literally, can't wear my natural hair out.
You know what's weird?
It's like whoa.
It's exhausting.
Like,
You know what's weird
damn.
that you keep doing that I don't think that you would have done probably 2 or 3 years ago? You keep saying businesses. Is it annoying to feel like you have to have a business?
It is.
nowadays?
That's what I'm saying. Like, also from a woman's perspective, it's annoying. Like,
You didn't say nothing about a job. You keep saying business.
because then too, if you just have a job, then it's like after a while, somebody's looking at you like,
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
well, what are you still? What are you
That
doing
is a
with this
weird
job?
thing that has been put on people in the last couple
where are
years.
you going with
that you
Oh my
have to have a
God.
business.
Everybody is not meant to have a I was just thinking that earlier
And
today.
that's this conversation like really came from I was watching Gilly and he's like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a
piece of shit.
You're a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
I saw
heard
her.
him go.
And I was just
Gilly's
like,
a piece of shit.
What?
I
And
can't
was just like,
stand
that
Gilly.
is
Never been my
so
OG.
crazy to me. Like, how can
He said,
you
"Get your fat lazy ass up
He
off the couch."
literally, he was like,
going
he was
in.
like, bitch, you can work from home. You
Yeah.
can do something. And I'm just
Right.
like, you think women
'Cause
who are
two
stay-at-home
doesn't-
moms are not doing
I hate when he
anything?
talks about 2.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I would imagine as a woman that's annoying, especially nowadays. Like everybody feels like you have to boss you. I have to make 150,000. He has to make 150,000.
Literally, if you don't got an LLC, you ain't doing shit.
Like,
Like,
what?
oh my.
Although on the flip side, there are some lazy ass bitches.
There
We can
are
agree.
lazy ass bitches, and I know that.
But there's lazy ass men too.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
for sure.
are. There
More
are.
than not.
That don't have a job or a
More than
business.
not.
Right.
More than not.
But have kids.
Right.
And don't see them.
And they don't have the gift of being a woman because women are naturally nurturing and all
Right.
that stuff. So it's
So
like
you're
you're
just
just a piece
ass
of
out.
shit. You're not good
All
for
around.
nothing.
And
And you stink,
In
grown
fact,
ass man.
I said you think you only have 2 jobs and you're not good at either one.
Yeah, a bum man and a bum woman.
Or
The
what- yeah.
the woman is still
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I mean,
But to me, it's
I've
like-
always I think women are greater than men, and I'm not being that guy. I just literally believe that. But yeah, a bum ass man and a bum ass woman, the woman still
Yeah.
is better, just off the strength because she's
Yeah,
like
because you just look at a guy like, get up.
because they don't have like a bum ass man. Like your social construct is for you not to be a bum.
Right.
Like that's your goal as a man. Like that's what men.
Right.
But a
Do
woman could do
anything.
so many other things, even being a bum.
Exactly.
Do anything but be a bum.
That's your goal as a guy. Be a man. Like that's what when someone says be a man, that's what they mean.
That means
When they tell
opposite of bum.
right, when they tell a girl to be, when they tell a woman to be a woman, they mean be nurturing, be caring. Like that's what they can do. That's their gift.
Right.
Our gift is to like do shit. Men are pathetic. Don't even get me
Literally.
started.
Don't get me started either.
Yeah, but you got to follow the guidelines. I already told you. We ain't talked about shit about anything going
Shit,
on.
this has been
No,
good.
this has been great. This is our personal podcast.
This is
Oh
good.
Lord,
This
y'all
is
ain't
the-
even got deep.
Take
What
us
do you
there,
want
queen.
us to? Where do we
Take
go? How
us
do we
there,
get
queen.
deep? How do we
Listen,
get deep?
I want your viewers to comment. Do y'all feel like y'all know these gentlemen?
Well, I mean, it's only
do
you
y'all
and not
know
other
anything
people.
about them?
Let's not get a little
Do
crazy.
y'all know anything in their personal life other than this one personal episode we had with Shane? Do y'all know anything else? about
One,
them?
I get all the personal episodes.
Cut it.
You told me you cried.
Nothing. Yeah, one episode.
Okay. I said we
I'm
have 2 of them, and all of them are
every
attacking
week.
me.
Shane played baseball in high school.
Right, we find stuff out about Shane.
All the time. I
So
told
viewers,
you.
don't feel bad because we don't know Shane either.
We don't know him either.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I always get
It's
But
psychotic.
But I think
So
people
what would you
know
like to
about-
know from us?
Yeah, what? Yeah, people know. I'm not.
We clearly need help.
exciting
We're
gentleman.
50 in and nobody knows.
That's what I want people to understand. Like,
You guys aren't exciting?
that's what it is. What you see is what you get from me. I sit on this couch and I do shit.
Okay, I guess more or less if you just gave your stance or your opinion and maybe brought in some personal
Stories to backing why.
controversial perspectives and
Okay.
topics, I feel like it would let us shine some light on some areas.
Okay. I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yep, I do.
I do.
I'm
I
not
know.
saying you have to like just like
Go all out.
yeah,
and just
go all
take
out
your
and
business.
to get down to the
Right.
nitty gritty
Well,
and tell
okay, no,
details about certain. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like I just feel like I
No,
don't
you're right, but the fault in me and Stephen being friends so long is he knows.
exactly, and that's another
So
thing. I
many
feel like you guys
stories.
already know, so it's
So
like
we don't open
certain
up to.
stuff you're already in your head. Like, yep, I got you here, I got
He
you here, but you
knows,
don't
so-
explain.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
We need to pander to our audience.
Yes.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Talk
So
to us
okay.
like we're third graders.
Right.
Explain it to us.
Exactly, you're exactly right because we're a lot of times we're talking to each other and it's like I already know what Shane meant by
Exactly.
saying that.
Right.
So just stop, take a pause, be like, okay, explain, or
Right.
like, okay,
Here's
how do you,
why
you
you
know what I
think
mean?
that.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Back when I
time to
played
put you on the
baseball.
hot seat. Okay, so when you start your
The third inning.
podcast,
Yes, good company coming soon.
that's what it's called.
Hey, that's a
Oh,
dope
congratulations!
name.
Good,
Relax.
good company. Are you gonna be having guests on?
Yes,
Can we
I
be
think
the
I'm
first
gonna have
guest?
it's gonna be I'm gonna have a guest geared towards specifically like the topic of the question of that episode.
Good fucking
So-
luck finding them here.
Oh, people love me. They're gonna be ready to come on.
Yeah, but that's not the thing. People love us. But you don't want to have anybody on there.
I guess that is
Get
true.
real.
And
So
people,
what's it cover? Just like every culturally, or do you have?
Oh yeah, covering everything basically.
it's gonna be like, what's your podcast that you fuck with?
Horrible decisions.
Horrible decision,
Them
but
and
it's
my
spelled like
bitches.
whores.
Like whore.
Yes. Shout out Mandy. Shout out Weezy.
Didn't Mandy was on another podcast?
No,
Mandy be
Maul was
all
just on
kinds
there.
of-
That's what.
Yeah, Maul was just on there, but Mandy.
And Rory was on there.
What was I about to
Yeah, he
ask you?
was.
Oh yeah, so how are you gonna get hired? Okay, is it just gonna be you?
No, ask us one personal question. Go.
No, hold on. She gonna ask us next. You and who?
To be announced.
Okay.
I can't give y'all too many details.
Mm.
Gotta tune in.
And it's launching this year
So we have more tea
Launch in
than her.
2020
for sure.
for sure.
It's like an album drop.
Yeah.
Setting the rollout. Remember, hey Shane, we had the worst rollout. No. Oh my god.
Is it coming out or not? No, Noahidols was good.
Okay, so are you gonna be?
Was Noahidols bad?
Are you gonna be talking about local stuff sometimes?
Leftovers was dope.
Like, would you
Yeah.
ever go there?
Good.
I'd go there.
Because I don't be feeling like fighting.
We're not gonna fight. People know not. Don't touch me.
Because I don't feel like talking
Yeah,
about.
that's why
something.
we don't really. That's why
'Cause we thought
at
about-
the very beginning. We did a little.
Y'all
bit.
felt like y'all was gonna have to be fighting.
Not fighting, but I don't
feel like
time
going back and forth.
Back and forth with
I'm not
nobody.
going back and forth with anybody.
But-
I see your comment. Okay.
Like,
If you want to continue to block, huh?
But then you gotta see them out in public, or they pull up at Tropical Smith.
And I block them in public.
public
too.
chocolate.
Block.
in public, black girls are crazy. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
serious.
I shouldn't have said that.
I block people in public all the time.
Yeah,
See?
yeah, I did it to myself. Okay, well, go ahead, Shane. Ask your question.
No.
You got to pull up the docket because we ain't.
No, we don't care about that docket today.
Oh,
She's the docket.
we haven't
No, you
even
had
talked.
some great stuff on there, and I did
I
homework.
know. I just want to
Okay,
hit over
whatever.
some of them.
Go ahead.
Okay, we barely talked about WAP.
We're done with
Yeah,
WAP.
we're done with WAP.
Yeah.
The fuck,
Either you got
bro.
wet ass pussy or you don't. Get out of here.
Facts.
You're clowning. All right.
For
Well,
real.
what happened? What was the fucking thing about the
Trump.
Portland protest?
Uh,
I mean, I know what's going
a
on.
couple weeks ago, people was protesting Black Lives Matter, and
Well, it's still been. They still
well,
are.
yeah, but this is still happening.
Yeah,
Oh,
Portland is still happening every
Mhm.
night.
But
yeah, they just
are-
declared it as a riot.
Okay, so I don't know if this is what I'm about to tell you still happening, but it was like tinted black vans was rolling up on a whole bunch of protesters and swooping and putting them in the van, and it was policemen unidentified.
It's Antiva.
So I don't know. That's scary to me.
Antifa.
If I
It
just
is.
black vans, just they're not dressing officers, not nothing, just random people.
They're literally
swooping your
is.
vans and taking you to jail.
I mean, but that's like fear mongering.
It is.
Yeah,
They're
that's
trying to
exactly
make
what it
it. They try to. They use them. We seen it firsthand. We all seen it. We know what it is. They're trying to make what is a peaceful protest into a riot so that
Right.
they can
So they have
declare it a
grounds
riot.
Right.
to do whatever they
And
want.
like I just seen on Twitter yesterday that the cops was trying to the protesters finally came up with a shield of their own.
Mhm. And
You
they
seen
tried
that?
to, like,
and they
push it,
tried to
they was
go
like,
through it
whoa.
and they backed away. But yeah, Portland is going on like day 130 right now. They have not
Good.
stopped protesting.
good.
since all this started. It's about time. Like my feet is feeling a little bit good. It's time for me to start marching again. I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I seen that there was about to be a protest. Well, there's a protest in Chicago going on,
Right.
and then I know one of my coworkers just she's doing a peaceful protest about the what is it called? The fucking sex trafficking that's going on.
Yeah,
right now.
the child sex
Which, like, how do y'all feel? Y'all know how all the time people be like, oh, they're just using this to distract you. Like, there's no way we're letting this go under the radar like we are.
Yeah, no.
What, sex trafficking?
But we are.
And child and...
But we are.
Right.
How are we letting this go?
I don't know. I saw 8 million...
Are we that easy? And even with the Breonna Taylor, like, again, I'm talking to myself when I say this. Like, we haven't done enough.
Right, I agree.
And we haven't followed up. Because if you're serious about something, you got to follow up.
Right.
Because... like, if you're looking at it from the government's perspective, they're like, let them riot for 30 days. Like,
Yeah, you'll
they'll
tire
lose their
yourself
voice.
out.
Right,
Yeah.
they'll lose their voice.
Because that's what they're thinking right now. They're like, let them keep going for just a little bit. They'll
Right.
And it shouldn't be like that. We need to keep burning shit down. That was making stuff happen. Hey, this is my point on why democracy is too slow.
Right.
And marching and all that shit, sometimes it's too slow.
Right, because you start burning shit down,
Because you
we
get
got answers. We got...
Right, we got answers when shit was on fire.
Right.
What was the one girl say? Fire the mayor, fire the chief. Fire the mayor, fire the chief.
And I just don't think, I think our society right now has such a short attention span that
Yeah, that's what it is.
we're not Martin Luther, we can't march for 3 months.
No.
We don't have that in us.
Well, I mean,
My feet.
even like we just said, there's so
Plus,
much
and-
going on in the world right now. I just
Yeah.
said 3 things. There's there's Black Lives Matter, there's that big ass explosion, there's fucking child trafficking.
Which
There's
they're
that-
really getting away with this shit.
And then there's the transgenders, there's the gay pride. Like there's so much going on right now in the world.
It's
You
hard
get
to
lost.
focus on.
It's hard for everybody to
Right.
get
Where do I-
together
where do I
and
pinpoint
focus
right
on.
now?
Like,
Yeah, that's why
the shit
that
going on.
4-week period where no sports was on, like that little
Right.
period was so beautiful in the
Yeah,
country.
I know.
So we ain't seen nothing like it where every focus was on
Yeah.
those, every focus was on those protests.
Yeah. Yep.
The conversation was which protest you're going to this week.
Right,
You going to Dayton or Columbus?
right. It wasn't like the Lakers play at 8:30.
So hey, matter of fact, now I
Speaking.
looked up today. The most top 3 child trafficking places is California, Texas,
In
in
Toledo.
Ohio.
and and Florida. But Ohio's like
Ohio-
top 5.
yeah.
Ohio was number 1.
Oh,
that's what I
wow.
thought.
Yeah.
Ohio was number 1. Well, I think it's Columbus is the number 1 city. Because that Arnold show,
Toledo's big is
Oh,
one
is
of the
it?
biggest, yeah.
well, that Arnold show they have
It's
every
the-
year.
it's one of the
it's
biggest
one of the biggest
things,
things,
yes.
and that's just so scary because you know how many times I've never been there. My brother's been there millions of times. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
go, and it's just like that's crazy that kids are really getting swooped up and just like that.
Or that's where the transactions are too.
Yeah.
women,
Like that's
and
where
all of it, yeah.
everybody's coming to. We're gonna link up
Link up,
pizza
exactly.
with type of pizza. Like weird. Like
I can't believe that. That's some of the saddest shit.
I don't know if I think
Can you
I
like imagine?
did we
being
talk
one
about
of
this
the
last
women
week?
and one of them- What?
Did we talk about this last week?
What?
The
Pizzagate?
sex
Or-
trafficking stuff.
No, we didn't.
Well, I saw this thing that said if that was a legal business, it would be the most profitable business in the world.
Which is
What?
crazy.
Bigger than the NFL.
What? Of
That
course,
is crazy.
You know why? Because old white men have most of the money, and old white men are the sickest people.
Causation equals
How do you feel as a
correlation.
mother with that?
I mean,
You'll die
there's
where you are.
really no way to feel about it, honestly. Like, you just feel like what can you do other than, like, you know what I mean, keep
Yeah.
your kids close, but then it makes you like a helicopter parent and you're like constantly, you know.
Right. Even them that shit in town. Remember I already called you and just like that little shit in town here,
Yeah.
Springfield, Walmart.
Yeah, with
Like,
with-
Watching
with-
Blake Lively, but I mean, you just have to educate yourself on little things that you can do and things you can be
Right,
aware
yeah,
of.
Right.
You know what I mean? To try and just like help you maneuver through it and not get overwhelmed with it. But
That's a sad reality because women shouldn't have to do that.
right.
Shouldn't have to
But
be
women
aware
had to
of
do that.
predators.
Yeah, I mean, women
And
just
going
have
out
to
to
do that
shopping
naturally,
with their
just being
kids,
a
like-
woman. Men are
Yeah.
whack.
Yeah.
Men are whack, bro. Just in general, the fact that we make women feel like, just even without her kids, that she has to be on alert.
Yeah.
Like
but I
that.
mean, also too is I think you just have to. I think the more you know, the more you educate yourself on. Because just watching her video, there was so much shit I didn't know, and when she was saying it, I was like, "The fuck."
Like that happened to me, or
Like, no, literally, like when she was saying, she was asking the police officer like all these questions about like child sex trafficking and like child pornography and like just asking him tough questions, and she's like, I shouldn't even like find myself wanting to ask you this, but I have to ask you
Right.
this so I know.
Right.
And he's like, literally, like sometimes you even think too, like your babies at a certain age are safe, or like, you know, they're only going for kids this age, or they can get them in this way, you know what I mean? And she said the youngest child that was abused that the cop had seen still had an umbilical cord attached to him. So it's like they're at no age are they safe, but it's in it. You got to educate yourself on like how it's happening, when it's happening, how often it's happening. You know what I mean? There's apps you can get on to find out who's registered in your area, who you live nearby. I mean, and it's also like you just have to know, like in this day and age, you can't let your kids, you know, outside by themselves for extended period of times. You have to be in constant conversation with anybody who you're letting your kids stay with or spend the night with or be around, to know who's in their household. So it's just like
that gives me
education.
anxiety.
Man, it really does, because it's a sad fucking world we live in. It really is, bro.
I remember being young. My mom always used to she would always print off the child sex offender thing and put it on the refrigerator.
Mm.
But what's crazy is the smooth sex offenders ain't registered.
Right.
Like the one, like the.
But there was this one that
I
used to
don't say
live
the
a couple
good ones,
houses
but like
down.
the good,
Right.
the good ones that being sex offenders.
Yeah.
The good, disgusting motherfuckers.
Right.
They're not. They're.
It's just like there's no way that.
Also, just educating your kid on what are boundaries and what's not
Right.
acceptable from someone too.
Right.
Because sometimes kids are sexually assaulted and they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't
They
even
have no
know,
idea.
like, was that wrong? Was that okay?
Until they're older, and then
Yeah.
they look back like, damn.
So, like, having those uneasy conversations, you're like, should I even talk to my kid about this? But
uneasy
you're like,
as hell.
yeah, you have to. Like, we have to have this conversation.
You know how dumb.
Okay, so what's a good? Yeah.
Not yet, but Nairi she's starting to get to that point where
right.
she's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she understands.
Yeah, so it's
coming.
about time. She'll
That's
be 5
crazy.
this year, so yeah.
No, that's crazy. But like, I always, anytime I think of this stuff, I just go back to how, like, my dad was real. He wasn't real big about like people staying the night or like us
My
going
mom was
places.
never.
You know, but then there was a period where, like, Hunter always jokes that like I could go somewhere, and like I wouldn't have to check in with my parents for days. Like, but I say that to say, because I don't want to say my parents were just unaware, because I know they weren't, but they knew us, and they knew. I always said, like, me and Rashid would be 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, hanging out with older people. But I think our parents just knew that we knew what to do, like if something weird was going on.
Right, what your boundaries were.
Yeah, because we was always like, I could just remember just like older people and just like certain things to where I'm like, now that I look back on it, like, how was my parents okay with like that even being a thing? But I guess they had a trust in us that, because I don't want to come off like the people that do get abducted don't know what the fuck's going on, because I would like to say that they fought back, or they knew what was going on. But I don't know. I just know in my brain there was no way that I was getting got.
Right.
Even when I was young. You ain't getting me. Old man at the corner store. Not happening. Like,
But like most times it's not even that too. Like sometimes it's more people that you know or you're familiar with that are funneling you into sex trafficking. So
yeah, I can think of a time where,
I mean, that's exactly what Epstein was doing. That's what R. Kelly was doing. They was
Yeah, the system.
who was the system? Who was the famous singer? What's her name?
that her niece was the one who,
Yeah. Who she introduced?
Is her name Star?
Star.
Is it Star? At that bang R. Kelly.
Oh wait, is that show? There's a show with a girl called Star.
It's something like that.
yeah, I mean, a lot of
can't
people
think
get
of it.
abducted by their parents and shit. And
Yeah, I know. The ladies who just got arrested who were selling, like, literally prostituting their kids.
Have
For
y'all seen
drugs.
that Abducted in Plain Sight on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah.
That weird ass shit where the dude.
But
like,
they're
yeah, that family was nuts. The most unaware family in the game.
They were out, that was
the crazy.
That was
so out of pocket. That was like,
That was beating dude all
right.
He's
Mom
like,
was
I
fucking
get it.
in love with dude. He was in love with
I can't watch shit like that.
Yeah.
Crazy
I'm
shit.
not saying
I can't
getting oral head, but
Right, but
what are you saying?
That's exactly what he did say. He was like, it was most down in my life. So he started buckling. I'm like, bro, you're pathetic.
Yeah.
The fuck.
But did you
mean?
guys watch Athlete Day about U.S. gymnastics? It was about how
with the
doctor.
The doctor.
I love a good documentary.
He's still dealing with that, I think.
You love a good
Or did
He
he
just got sentenced.
Okay, that's
to,
what I thought.
Like 140.
All them USA, Team USA, little teenage. Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah.
Doctor.
It was over 100 and something girls that he.
A part of his sentence was he had to sit in the witness booth in the courthouse, and every girl come in and tell their testimony to him. Thought that was fire.
They should get to spit on them, but whatever.
I mean,
like they
no.
need to
One
add that to
of the dads.
And do what the fuck they want to do with them.
Hey.
Punching, kicking, anything.
One of the dads came in. He said, "Your Honor, can I speak?" And he came up to the thing. He said, "I don't know if this would get turned out or not, but I would just like 10 minutes in that back room with him." Asked the judge. The judge said, "Unfortunately, I'm going to have to, decline that." But
Yeah.
Decline that notion.
it's like, but he asked him. He had it written
But
out.
I don't know. I mean, I can't ever fault a parent who's like, you know what I mean? Their child's been through that because you're always going to think I should have picked up on something. But the fact that they cannot go to the compound where their kids are being trained, like they can never visit. No parent is allowed on the property.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like that right there is a red flag.
Well, what's even sicker is it'd be really in families. It'd be uncles and
Yeah.
just shit like that. I mean, none ever happened to me, but I have family members on my dad's side and stuff like that who that was the thing. That's like the normal thing. This is just weird shit.
Yeah, I mean, his grandma
it's
told
just-
me when I had Nair, she was like, "You never let your daughters sit on any man's lap. I don't care if it's their uncle. I don't care who it is. Like, it's a no." Like, and also I tell Nair like exactly the medical terms for her private parts, and like no one can touch these areas.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that type of teaching isn't taught, and because it's so touchy, you don't want to. You don't want to expose. You don't know if it's like you said. It's like if I tell my child this, then I'm exposing them to too much information.
And I know. I mean, I don't know for any person, but I'm sure there's been cases of kids lying.
Oh, yeah,
for
I'm sure.
attention and for
Yeah.
certain
I'm sure.
stuff like that, and it's like, who you gonna believe? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna not believe your daughter.
Right,
She
I'm
said
always
something like
rocking
that.
with my daughter.
That's what I'm saying. If she says something like that, to
Oh
that,
my
it's
gosh.
like, nah.
Right, I mean, I ain't hearing nothing.
I'm not hearing nothing. She would not just come and tell me that. But the crazy thing is, little kids are little fucking kids. Yeah, it's just touchy, disgusting ass subject.
Literally. And I think too, a lot of people aren't educated on it because they're like, I don't even want to.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
So taboo that, you know what I mean?
I wanna let's talk about that shopping cart theory. Then we get out of here.
Well,
Red eyes, allergy.
You
Man.
gotta give it a second.
Allergy man.
Yep.
You'll blow your nose, King.
man, I need to blow mine. What are y'all like? We're rolling now, right? What do y'all got coming on the shoot?
Coming up, Dorian just sent me some information about an event some members of the LGBTQ organization want us to be a part of. I don't really know. I asked him what the whole objective of the event was, you know what I mean, so I can be prepared for it. Like, what are they trying to achieve by it, or is it just like an awareness thing? He said he didn't know, so
how much like planning does these events take, like for you on your end? Like what, like with your scheduling and all that, like what kind of shape do you got to be in, like when you know there's an event coming up?
It depends if we plan or if we get invited to something.
Right.
Like, we plan stuff, but usually if we're planning it, we're planning like months ahead. We're talking to different people, like trying to, like we have a goal, basically. But, and if someone else is planning it, like we usually only get noticed, like maybe the most we get is like a couple weeks out, maybe a month. But I just like to know what the whole objective is, so I know, like, if there's anything I need to know or if there's anything I need to bring or do or, you know what I mean, people I need to reach out to beforehand. So just try to help out the event as best I can. But if I don't know, like, what the whole goal is, then I'm kind of like, I don't know how I can help you.
Right. I'm just going to be there,
I'm just going to be there. If you want me to just show
Be a
face, I can
cheerleader.
do that too. But, you know, if you want me to help you.
So like, where are we at with what we had going on back in April and May or when was these marches and stuff?
About my whole event that I was trying to put together?
Just in general, like where are we at in Springfield with, like, there's no more rallies coming up or anything?
Not that I know of necessarily, no.
Okay. is there any like initiatives or like, because I know you guys were talking to like the mayor and stuff like that, reaching out, and who was y'all trying to get out of that seat? Who's that bitch that everybody's mad at?
Oh, that she is what, clerk of
Who you talking about?
clerk of courts.
Oh, clerk of courts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheila?
No, Miss Sheila is.
She was running. She was running.
Yeah, everybody wants her.
Melissa Tuttle.
Yeah.
Anyone with the last name Tuttle.
Size.
Literally. Whack ass bitch.
Shit, literally.
Anyway.
Before you get in trouble.
And it's crazy because she was at a brunch we were invited to. And, like, you're in a room with these people, you're all cheering, and they're all acting like they're, you know, with you. And, you know, they're bringing up topics about black people and development and community and, you know,
And then
and things
behind the
that they
scenes.
support, you know.
And then behind the scenes.
And behind the scenes, you're posting stuff like that. And in your real life, that's how you feel. So,
You just had a whole blog, whole post.
yeah, so
Statement
I don't
opposite.
know. That's what I'm saying. It's politics at the end of the day.
Right. I couldn't imagine being involved in that.
Man.
So
I mean, but like, I try to use it the best I can to forward the things that I care about.
Right.
So literally,
Well, that's what everybody's
that's what
honestly
everybody's
in politics for.
in it to do. So, like I was telling Dr. Bailey, I was talking to him like, how do you keep your seat at the table without losing yourself? You know what I mean? And he was just like, basically, stay true to who you are and do whatever you have to do to get the truth out.
What's funny is I was just thinking about that earlier today it was yesterday, that we hate like all the politics that go in the office, like the Senate and all that stuff. Like we hate those people, like the country, right? We know that the whole system's rigged. But I was thinking like, you know what's sad? That some of these people go into it with purity.
Right, with good intentions.
With good intentions. And then it's so corrupt, you get so exhausted, like you said, that you just become a part of the cause.
Like, have you seen House of Cards?
And it's Or no, I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. But that's so sad that, like, you know, we might know some people that we went to school with that their parents are lawmakers and stuff like that. And, like, telling that person that you know that their parent is no good, like to that kid, they're like, no, like I know my mom and dad like they really
I had a
tried.
conversation with somebody I was friends with, and her parent is a sheriff, and so it's like she's always on the
Did
side
this person
of,
work at Penn Station?
I can't disclose that.
Weak.
She's always on the side of like there's good cops and there's bad cops, and I try to tell her like there are good cops and there are bad cops, but if those quote unquote good cops aren't speaking out about the bad cops, then they are not good cops.
Right.
And I don't think sometimes people can wrap their minds around that because they separated them personally how they know them,
Right.
and not based on, you know what I mean,
Them working within the system.
yeah. And it's like, but I know her, you know what I mean, but I love her, but I have this relationship with her, and it's just like, okay, but this is her overall as a person.
Right.
So
It's like, yeah, you're either in the wrong system, trying to change the system, or you're just in the wrong system, being a part of the system.
right.
But we talked about that. It takes a bold person to be a part of a system and be the one speaking out about a system.
Yeah.
That's where you get your special people, like the Tupac. Like it takes a certain type of person for you to recognize, okay, this is going on around me. I'm in it, but let me go ahead and speak out about it.
Right.
And that's how I felt about the guy who, quote unquote, infiltrated the KKK, and like became
The black guy?
Yeah,
I hate his
And I was
ass.
just looking at him like, okay, but in a way, I mean, like he said, he changed the perspective of how many, you know what I mean, racist white people.
Right,
So
he
at the
did.
end of the
He
day,
did his part.
If that was what his goal was
Right.
to set out to change the mindset of these people who believe
Right.
what they believe, then I mean, he
Right. We got to understand that it's not a one-man job getting this done, and it's not a one particular. It's not all or nothing. There's like multifacets of changing the system,
Right.
that it takes different people to do their part in.
And that's another thing I want people to say, oh my God, when are you guys doing another protest? What the fuck are you guys waiting on? Blah, blah. Like,
I know who you're
okay,
talking
there's,
about.
yeah.
Right,
know
and
what
to
they-
those people, like,
There's so many different factors that go into
that and
into
into change. And no, we're not doing another protest, but
You can do something.
I was gonna say, but they were cleaning up the south side, and to that person that said that, because I know what you're talking about. Where were you? You can go help clean up the neighborhood. Why? How about you make that part of your part?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Who was doing that? Let's shout him out. That was
Jalen.
Jalen.
Yeah, shout out to Jalen Woods.
Yep, he was cleaning up
The cleaning initiative on the south side and stuff like that.
I'm going on the 13th.
Nice. Shane will be out there with a rake.
Nice. Actually, with a camera, but it's called.
That's all they use you for. Wow. So last thing, you want to
get to that.
touch on that shopping cart theory?
I have it in the picture.
Because I wanted to know. I have no idea what it is.
Oh yeah, I looked it up. I think it's really true, honestly.
Oh, damn nice. Just type it into Google because you ain't been able to.
I think go ahead and paraphrase because I have an idea.
Is it something sick?
No, it's no.
No, it's like if you push in a shopping cart or not.
If you're what?
If you, the type of person you are.
Yeah, it's basically your character. Your
your
character is
character, right.
defined
Tells a lot
by
about
whether
you.
you.
Oh, I definitely push in the shopping cart. Thank you.
You're right. So it's. I want to read it so I'm not like butchering it. Ooh. Nice.
I literally just took 3 shopping carts at GFS today and pushed them all back because it was like on my nerve.
Go to GFS.
That's your beef with me?
All right. So the shopping cart is the ultimate. What's that say? Litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. So for all them, like with the COVID, everybody's like, we mask.
No cops.
Mask. We wear masks. We want all you Trump guys. To return the shopping cart is an easy, convenient task and one which we all recognize as the correct, appropriate thing to do, correct?
Yep.
To return the shopping cart is objectively right. There are no situations either. Other than glare. Situations other than dire emergencies in which a person is not able to return their cart. Simultaneously, it is not illegal to abandon your shopping cart. Therefore, the shopping cart presents itself as an apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it. No one will punish you for not returning the shopping cart. No one will fine you or kill you by not returning the shopping cart. You gain nothing by returning the shopping cart. You must return the shopping cart out of the goodness of your own heart. You must return the shopping cart because it's the right thing to do, because it's correct. A person who is unable to do this is no better than an animal. Absolute savage who can only be made to do what is right by threatening them with a law and the force that stands behind it. The shopping cart is what determines whether a person is good or bad member of society.
It's your civic duty, your civic responsibility.
That's civic. Okay.
I don't have time.
That has to be Khalil.
Again, Chevy.
I thought it was. Dang. Is that who I think it is? Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Friend of the podcast.
You know how afraid I was if I said that's who I think it is and it wasn't who I thought it was?
He'd be crushed.
He'd be crushed too because he'd find out that that's not who I thought it was.
I don't have any idea who you're thinking it is.
Can't say that.
K. Scott. Everybody K. Scott in the building.
What's going on?
Yes.
Anyway, I completely agree.
Okay, well, this is off kind of topic, but where'd you see this?
Oh, damn. I don't remember.
Like, did you look this up? Like,
Nah.
or this was brought to your attention?
No, I ain't look it up.
This, like, you seen it and thought it was interesting?
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay, Mahadiyya, how do you believe?
I believe it's spot on.
Shane?
Yeah.
Somebody fucking object.
You objected.
Somebody object.
Let's do it.
No, because this is the thing. It's so simple that it's like, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
But if you don't, then I know what type of person you are. That's just what it boils down to.
Hold on. I agree with that sentiment, the first paragraph. I don't agree with the second 2 things.
A person is unable to do this.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of get in their
They
bag
kind
a little
of
bit.
like okay, they got to
to
sell some fucking balls.
Right,
I get
yeah.
it.
Right.
But if we boil this down to what it's talking about,
But no, the last sentence I really don't agree with. The shopping cart is what determines
that's
whether a
not-
person
no.
is good or bad member of society.
No.
I would say it determines whether a person is socially conscious.
yeah, which doesn't make you feel bad.
Can you be a good member of society if you're not socially conscious?
No, but you can be a bad member of society and be socially conscious.
You could be that, and you could also be just in between those 2 things. You could just be the unaware person. There's some people more than
not with
not.
a shopping cart.
You could be unaware and still
That's why
be
I
doing
think so.
harm.
Not with a shopping cart.
Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't make you a bad.
Right. That's why when
It
they
doesn't
start
make you
getting
a
in their
bad
bag
member
a little
of
bit,
society,
I
does
I
it?
can't think of one scenario. Let's just
I'm
Yeah,
saying-
because as a member of your society, it's your duty to be educated to where you're aware that you are
Okay.
better in
It's
society
entitlement?
and not
No, you're
unaware.
talking about the people that may know. Let's talk about the people
Who
that
don't know that?
Huh?
Who don't know that when you're done using the shopping cart, to put the fuck back out of
But
your
I'm not
body?
using that.
Well, that's why this
But that's an
example-
analogy. That's an analogy. That's an
good
analogy.
Correct.
That's an analogy about picking up trash. That's an analogy about everything. So I'm saying there's some people that haven't been given the benefit of having those sensors turned on. There's some people that are just unaware. And so to those people, what are they? They're not necessarily, because I'm saying if you're a bad or good person or bad person, to me is based off intent.
Some of it.
Well, it's degrees. It's
There's
like,
there's
it's like
degrees.
second. It's like second degree.
You can
bad.
still, you can
You
still have good
unintentionally are
intentions,
bad.
but you did it
and
dumb
do
as fuck.
bad, but that doesn't make you bad.
But sometimes it can. Yeah, it can. I don't know if I go on examples, but yeah, it can. You can have good intentions, but who's to say them? Like them good intentions could be for yourself. Like them, who's to say them are good intentions? is what
Every
I'm
road
saying.
to hell is
Paved with
served
good
in
intentions.
So I just
Exactly.
want to let you know that.
Exactly right. Exactly the fuck right.
Okay, well, I agree
Hell
that. Huh?
You're on your way to hell.
No, I no, like especially to this example, I'm the push your cart back. I'm the take your cart back.
Right.
Right, but that doesn't make you a good member of society, is what you're saying.
I'm arguing it from the other perspective of people that
That don't push their cars back.
I'm more so concerned with the people that have those sensors turned on, that you're aware of what you're doing, and you looked at that cart and thought about whether you should take it back or not, and you decided to
Well,
go
I
to your
think
car.
that's who. That's
who
what
it's targeted
yeah,
towards.
I think that's who that's talking to.
Right, but we gotta. I mean, if we're encapsulating this, we gotta add the person that.
You're talking
But I
about
think
somebody that
anybody
doesn't
who's
push
aware.
it back and is unaware somehow of the fact that they should push it back, but they're not pushing it back. And those people don't exist.
Right.
Yeah, they
Because you
do.
see the cart holsters of where you're supposed to put it, and you see other people taking it there, and you know that you shouldn't just
Right.
leave it there because you didn't get it from there.
And people know
so
it's wrong.
there's
right
no
to litter.
unaware person.
You know it's wrong to litter.
You're either going to do the right thing or you're a lazy piece of shit and just go put the fucking cart up.
Facts.
Look, I blame it on the parents, the entitlement, and all that.
That too. That's the reason.
So,
The
but
entitlement
that
to get a cart and just say fuck it, someone else.
Man, like it's someone
Bitch.
else's job.
I don't really blame it on the
Put
parents,
that
but
card
I'm saying the same way that they say, I'm about to take us through a worm, huh? I hate when I do this. We don't got a lot of time. That black people aren't necessarily at fault for the condition we're in, but we're at fault because we know the condition we're in and we know why and we don't change it. But you can't blame us for why we're in the condition. You see what I'm saying? Because it was subjected on us. So if it was subjected on us, then we're not the cause of why we're in the position, but you can blame us for staying in the condition.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, to your point, there's some people that were taught entitlement. So I can't necessarily blame them, but you can blame them because they should teach themselves.
Yeah,
Once they
but that's
become
the thing.
aware,
After a certain point,
once you
have
become
to-
aware, you got to teach yourself.
Well, let's say this: anybody who's aware of what they're doing
Yes.
and still
Disgusting.
Do the things.
They're
what
that
to say,
second
what to say,
paragraph.
as
An
That
animal
person is an
absolute
animal.
savage.
Thank you. And we will end on that because that is true. And yes, that is true. They're disgusting.
Facts.
Pick up your goddamn trash around here.
God.
Oh my
This is
God.
chaos.
Anybody want to add anything
Nah, this is
to
a
our
good
2-hour
podcast.
podcast?
Good female podcast.
Yeah, be on
was
the
good.
lookout for my podcast, y'all.
Facts.
Y'all
Okay.
probably won't even know who these guys are after that.
That's a
but-
fact.
Well,
Put us to
they
shame.
won't because we'll be somewhere else.
Put
but
us to shame, man.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Humble flex out in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, come
Um,
on, man.
So I'm so glad. I've been pushing for a female podcast for like a year now.
There's supposed to be another one coming out. I've been like,
Yeah, but let's not do that because I was pushing to get Mahadiyya on here way long before you.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
talking
some
about
shady shit
No.
going on around here.
let's just, hey, just know
that's not true. I've been trying to get Mahadiyya
my
and
glasses
Huh?
want to do some
Can you-
digging.
can you-
'cause my
I don't
mother
get
was-
involved with guests. I hate guests.
that's not true, bro.
It's like, no, I really don't.
he said some. Never mind. This will be it.
No, that was just recently. That was recently. This has been a year. And that was true what I said.
We just been
Was
potting
it?
for a
It
year, so don't
was.
lie.
It was true.
A year ago was the podcast.
I didn't think he was going to make it
He's
today.
a liar.
Oh,
He just lies. Case got no. Look at his face. Case got
No, what you're saying just happened.
Scott.
That just happened. What you're saying.
I can get no credit. On
I can't wait to
this podcast.
turn
I
off the
hate this
camera so we
podcast.
can really
I'm
talk.
never bringing my.
Because there's a
cameras
couple
back.
things you said I got beef with. This is episode what?
Bring it
think
out.
I
Bring it
care?
out.
Well, shout out to your podcast real quick.
Shout out Good Company.
Coming soon to be announced.
It's gonna be litty.
Sooner rather than later.
Facts.
2020.
You can never be Issa Rae. I hope you know that. But this is episode
Excuse me?
49.
What does that mean? Are you
I don't
pitting
even
black women
know.
against each
I
other?
think
Oh,
he is.
oops,
That's
no,
not
I
good
really
sense.
didn't mean to do
I
that.
looked-
I
that's
really
crazy.
didn't
That's the
mean to
second
do
one.
that.
See, that's a. See,
Yeah,
this
she
is the
didn't
thing.
catch the first
This
one.
is the
Thank
thing.
God.
This is the thing about Stephen.
Do you hate black women?
This is the thing
No.
about Stephen. Stephen
Oh my
hates black
God.
No.
He does.
people. He really does.
No.
He's one of them. He thinks he's some kind of.
He
other,
really
like-
does. Oh my God.
I'm not even. Black.
Let's get out of here. Let's get
How
out
do
of
you
here.
feel on the south
Let's
side?
get out of here.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
You say that?
Right.
You say that?
I was like the SpongeBob thing. She's here. I can't say it.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying I
already know.
I
how you
wasn't
be.
too mad about the Kroger's closing. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Let's not
Let's get out. I know because
that
you was
episode
pissed.
pissed
You
me
was. We was going at. You was pissed, bro. You was.
Oh, let's get out
I
of here.
know, we
before
were.
we-
Come on, be more times BT podcast.
That's
Right.
right. All right, hurry up. Get us out of here. I'm done.
Yeah, shout out to Good Company Podcast. Thanks, Mahadiyya, for coming on here.
Facts. First female guest,
Appreciate the
legendary.
invite.
Facts. This
Yeah,
is
and we needed it right after WAP.
Man.
Man, that's true. Yep.
Someone to set the record straight. No, don't be winking at our viewers, at our 11 viewers.
I don't know all the love viewers. I might get
Yeah,
to
you
know
do.
them.
Yeah,
No,
you
you
do.
ain't.
This is you. Why am I about to do your closing?
No, you need to say what episode it is because I don't remember.
This is
48.
episode 48.
This is episode 48.
Yeah, I would like to apologize to any of the black queens that I felt like I.
I did. You are crazy. No, nigga, like
Hey,
you just
let
like
me
you
cut
are
you up.
weird. You are crazy.
Let me cut you up.
How am I crazy?
Because you just like held that. That was in your pocket.
Nah, I just doing the
He
closing.
he let it off. It was on his heart.
It was.
But I felt like you.
But I've apologized to them behind doors too. But
This
You
is
know,
a public apology.
when your disrespect is public, your apology should be public as well.
Say
Right.
that.
So
Okay.
I don't like white women. What would that word?
Where is this coming from?
Exclusively.
Exclusively.
Put that out there. Your inbox gonna get lit up tonight, boy.
Y'all are crazy. Let me. This is crazy. It's already lit.
If you don't close
I know,
this
dude.
motherfucking podcast,
It ain't my
I can
fault,
enjoy
Shane.
company
It's-
with my brother Khalil.
It's not my fault. Shane's copping a play here.
How am I copping a
Anywho,
plea?
this is episode 48 of the Know-It-Alls.
I love you, bro.
I'm your host, Troublesome. This is the Know-It-Alls. As I like to say, no man separate what we create. We're out. Peace.
Peace. Peace, love all the inbox.
Did you
That's
like that
done.
one better?
I did.
Okay.
No, that's
We're
done.
going back to that.
No, we're
She goes
not.
back.
Also,
Thank you.
saying
Hand it to your
I
face.
should have jumped in the camp like I don't only like white women.
Oh, my nigga got a motherfucking
Oh my
do-rag on.
God.
It's done. It's done.